I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. Oh my god. Hello, guys. Hello. Oh my god, I'm late. I'm so late. No.
My eye is when Texture gets taken out in mid by Lakia, they immediately execute the flood retake before the spike is able to go down.
Hi, Anu.
Before Genji is able to regroup, you know that there's still one member
Hello.
out in mid. You know you can match them in numbers. It's a good retake here from T1, and that puts them in a very good lead. Going with buys across the board, including a Vandal. I mean, it's the absolute variety pack for sure.
3, 2, 1, go. Does get pushed off the angle. There's the
Oh
angle,
my
but
god.
able to stabilize it. Pass enough. Texture.
Hi, Phantom.
Munchkin, extra meteor.
Hi, Tommy. Hi, Tommy.
Two players tagged up.
Much damage as he can. But with 64 HP, I think he also knows. Right now, if anything, he's also just buying time for the extra comms. Ooh, Excurid actually going for the peak despite being so low.
Bolt peek out is the most at risk. Carpe the next most as tries to push up, but Excurid will just go ahead, spray across into the smoke, manages to find himself a third elimination in the round. So 4 charges towards the ultimate. T1 off to a 2-0 start as we now go into their bonus.
So right off the bat,
I changed my
obviously,
Wi-Fi.
Really see the setup from
I
T1
changed my
over on B
Wi-Fi,
side
my
on the
bad.
pistol. But something you're realizing both on A and B,
I was
in
connected
these
to the
first two
wrong
crucial
one.
rounds from Gen G, is that they should understand that just cutting audio and going for a flood
The
execute
fuck is
isn't
he
going to
doing?
work out. Right? I mean, T1 is prepped for all the possible sets that could come through. So you really do have to try to do a little bit more push and pull with the util. Go for a little bit more util trading if you're a Gen G right now.
An early warning shock dart there from Carpe. Nothing going to be spotted or taken down off the back of that. Now, once again, Gen G getting everybody clustered up over towards this A site. Smokes continue to come through. As Izu, not going for the peak on main, is just spotting out, waiting over in tree. Drone over the top, checks down towards wine.
How do you connect to the wrong Wi-Fi? It got
Did see that
connected
the
for
drone
some
was the same
reason.
place
I
as
don't
the
know
pistol.
why.
Tree now coming through.
Wait, my strike is still here?
Excurid still just tucked
Really?
away here in
Hi,
hell.
Swiss.
Now they should know that he's going to be there, but no, still managing to swing out and catch him.
Rah!
Texture gone.
Rah! Let's go! 26, 27.
At all off the back of that. Now it's suddenly just Meteor.
Woo!
All on his lonesome. And this has been a massacre at the hands of T1.
These Killjoy default setups are really messing things up for Gen G.
Oh, just full
Yeah,
flash.
that's just
I
a
thought
confident
like
peek
the streak
right there. And this
was
is
gone,
one
like,
of the
after
things
1
that
day.
Data actually talked about when he was over on the
Yo, let's
analyst
go.
for that
Thank you
pregame
for the
interview,
6 days
right?
and
When
14.
you're in the server
I
and you're only able to
appreciate
see it
Thank
from your
you.
POV, your teammates' POV, and obviously when the timeout comes from your coaches as well, it might not be as easy to realize what exactly is the default
I got
and what
the
is
Guardian
it meant
Angel.
to deny. But right now, it is meant to deny any sort of site execute that allows the Jet to get into quad, right? It has the alarm bots, it's got the turret, everything is there to
How
make
are
sure
you,
it's delayed,
Phantom?
and then they swarm
Welcome.
and cover
Good
the
morning.
right side of the site. And I don't know if Genji's going to be able to catch on to that fast enough.
Hi, Ume.
Still
Womp,
putting
womp.
a decent investment in. Stingers, Sheriff Marshall there.
Bro, who you guys rooting for? I'm still rooting for...
Looking to do some
Okay,
damage
I'm
here
rooting
as
for
the coffers
Talon
get
now.
Very much lined with gold here for T1 side.
You haven't slept in? It's 4 a.m. Oh
Getting
my
now off
god.
Short, the swing in,
Why can't
coming
you
through,
sleep?
a little bit of damage going to be found there, but they do force them back. Texture trying to chase in, but just blinded up by the paranoia. Ends up getting taken down. Plant can come through.
How
though.
am I? I'm hungry.
That went down
I'm
to
eating
one,
right
but now
now. I'm
Meteor
eating some...
gonna creep his way forward, ends up getting caught, and that sends Lakia around to try to lurk his way up Cat.
I'm eating some ramen soup.
Karen trying to get in front of it, does so, but
What's your
cannot find any
prediction
kills.
for this?
Just a
No, I'm
smattering of
eating
damage as Izu
ramen.
gets chipped away at down to 61. Munchkin now gonna try to hold this with a stinger at range. Does have a fragment to buy maybe a little bit more time, but with the door shut, the defuse held to half, and the push coming in. Let's see if it's gonna be anything more than just a couple of kills. As the turn of the flash not gonna happen. Rossi deja vu
fuck
as he
with
picks
that
up a
flash.
3K out there in main. As T1 will get the defuse and move up 4-0 at the start of this map.
Cereal with
T1 is
water.
looking
Cereal
to
with
smooth
water?
as
What the hell?
butter. I
No
mean,
milk?
Rossi breaking the window
Hi,
to
Scott.
allow for Izu
Scotty.
to maybe combat another peek in. The timing on that is perfect. Obviously, the paranoia coupled with the fragment means that they're safe. We're not going to see the window shot. I think that might have been the highlight of this round. But Rossi now 9-2. An incredible start, taking down the anti-bonus or the bonus against
Thank you for the
Genji
little
as
man.
well,
Appreciate
and then
that.
chaining it into 4.
Thank
the
God
null
there's no
command.
live every Monday.
You've got your
Why?
weapons of choice. You've got the operator, and they even switched the
Hey,
killjoy
what's up with
default
Monday?
there in that previous round. So now Gen G's
Exactly.
really scratching their head. Huh? The killjoy wasn't on A this time.
I won't be
What
live on
exactly
Monday.
is the rotation right now?
Press on the one.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Would have heard that. Should have stepped forward, so.
Except
the
if
most
it's like
surprising
the
is changing
finals,
it
like
up
the
a bit.
finals,
Just a bit of
finals.
smoke here to just completely
Last
shut off
finals was
main
like
access, and now he's gonna
last
keep going
finals
over
was
the
like
wide.
the
Yeah, the
VCT
drone burst is
Madrid.
so risky,
The
'cause
last
he's
day
quick
was
just
like
right
Monday,
through
so
that
I
if he
had
knows that
to.
he's in danger. They're not even gonna check for
And he
it.
will strike.
No
Super
way, they
kills.
didn't
Yep,
check
they
line.
completely ignore that position. Locky a fallen as Rossi swings out from back Gen.
I'm building up my streak right now. When
Everything that
school
Gen G
starts back, though, I don't know if I
he's
can keep
just
it.
getting
Yo,
absolutely swept
can you get to
aside.
100?
I don't know what's going on, but Gen G is trying so hard.
Why
to
are you
save
tired,
Util
Scott?
Until they go in for the site execute. Yes, I
What
understand that
happened?
they're not able to have full buys for the past couple rounds. It doesn't feel great, but they're just hoping that again the numbers formula is going to work out. If we go in as 5 with a flashbang
Oh
or 2,
my!
should
Thank
get
you
us
for the
around.
95
And
stream
T1
streak,
is
Tommy.
just ready
Appreciate
for
it.
every single time.
Thank you for the 115.
no.
Oh my
Finding him out.
goodness!
Able to find him.
I appreciate
Meteor
you.
trying to
I
be
appreciate you too.
elusive. Taken down, and now it's all on Munchkin, who widely
Corgi
holds
warming
out
up
to
with
tuck away,
tournament playoff.
hold on to this
Yes!
rifle if he can.
I'm giving
Then
you
the
guys
power
energy.
means
Okay,
he's
I
got
have so
no
much energy
reason
right
to
now.
not chase for this one. He already has
I'm
the
ready
ult
for a
online.
24-hour stream. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
And
I'm
we'll start
actually
swinging
kidding.
out. Advantage
Oh,
going
no.
to be
Oh,
there, but oh my
no.
god, the win!
What?
No!
And that, I think, is a
Imagine
strong
getting
summary
bullied.
for how these first 5 rounds have looked from Gen G.
Why haven't you slept
Carpe,
yet?
Dead to rights, but comes away with that round win.
Why you
And that
always
is,
have
of course,
something
the
in your
timeout
mouth? The
calls, 'cause,
fuck?
Yeah, it has
The
to.
coaching staff cannot be happy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if you've talked for an extra 20 seconds.
Guys, if you haven't joined the server, join our server.
Gen G absolutely flustered. I've never seen an Odin be this
Bro,
nimble.
what was that bully?
I don't know if Carpe does it, but he's able to stay alive, keep the Odin, don't have to reinvest. You're now 1 point away from the Hunter's Fury. Oh, boy.
Nimble up,
I'm
that's
outside,
the
so
word
I'm
I would
just
use.
sitting
The
here.
nimbleness
Gotta
of
go
a-
down.
a
Oh,
semi-truck
take care.
barreling down
Take
the
care,
highway.
Omei.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
It's just like Munchkin decided to just dive in front
Nope,
of
You
it.
know what? I didn't really want to focus on the other side of it.
I have
but you're
really
right.
low
You're-
energy right
you're
now because
absolutely
my
correct.
AC had
I mean,
another
this
leak
is
again.
a bad sign for Gen G, and the desk talks
Bruh.
about sometimes it is
Fix it
beneficial.
with
We've heard countless
uranium,
teams talk
bro.
about getting that stage time. Sure, it's grueling. Sure, it's tiring, but it keeps you in the zone. It gets you going.
Thank you for the
And
16
T1,
days
they're
and
showing
14
no signs of stopping
hours.
for
I
the time,
appreciate
and Gen
it.
They've got to get into it. They've got to get into that zone, into that level, into that focus.
A lot to discuss, but quite a bit more
Mayor stole most
conversation
of it.
coming out of the T1 camp, at least from the coaching perspective.
How'd you know? Well,
Autumn having to be absolutely
You
ecstatic
know.
with how things have started here, but those not to discredit Gen G.
don't tell anyone.
Count them out quite just yet.
You may remember when I met a bunch of American girls in
Yeah,
a bar.
obviously
Well, they
there's a
invited me to a
sense.
Minecraft realm, so I was
Plenty of
up all
time still
night.
for Gen G to crawl
They
back in, and they do have
they
two crucial
play
ultimates.
Minecraft.
Quite frankly, ult rotations be damned. Just trying to get around on the board would be so
Hi,
important
Lottie.
right now.
Good evening. How are
He's just
you?
waiting to see the spray first and try to counter it with the tracers, but he's not going to get that gift for free.
There's some util counter spray. Carpe immediately pulling back off that angle. The meteor down to
Bro,
7,
what
so
the fuck is
Carpe's
this
still getting the
Odin?
better of the exchange.
Good morning, Minyok. Hello.
Zoo
Why so
straight
early
forward,
today?
spots up
Or you
down.
haven't
He'll
slept
just go ahead
yet?
and make his quick exit.
So Texture is just waiting
Dinner
to
was
break
on
this
me
long
tonight,
run
so
at the
that
prime moment, but it's
killed
so
any
far
hope
forward
of buying Ultra
that if they wait
Spig.
too long, it might just not have any meaning, right?
Yo.
T1, they can still sit safe, and look at this, the push
What
up from
the
Izu.
so
hell?
much
Wait,
information.
eating
Yeah,
roti.
and now that alarm bot really holds so much info, you're like, okay, maybe it is a
I
pinch.
stole the
Doesn't matter, we've got
uranium
3 on
from the
B.
Russian government.
I mean, where's Izu
Nice.
going? He's just cleared out everything.
I mean, if he swings wide enough around, works his way into mid, he might actually be able to catch Texture completely unawares as well. But there's the null command coming through, side player. Set up on the angle, holding. Flash finds him, Izu
Oh.
able to put Munchkin down. That is going to be Resable, and Izu trying to go for a bit of a cheeky play. Does end up getting caught. Not reading the Texture was going to be in that position at bench. Now smoke down across onto mid. Excurate cutting his way back across into heaven. Footsteps going to be heard as the recon goes out over the top, looking to the back, and Texture this time is able to find the jump. 12 seconds though remaining as they start bringing the spike forward, but this plant can come through unhindered.
They still have the Hunter's Fury as well. This should be Genji's round, but Texture goes down. They don't have as much space as they originally planned.
They also just don't have the money, so they need as many players alive as they possibly can. The drop down, Rossi beating Lockett to the punch.
One suppressed.
As he will fall.
Let me
1
support
HP,
you on
Karen doing the
YouTube too.
headshot, just for good measure.
Thank
Quick
you.
drop down, an attempt at the flick,
Thank you.
Saya player.
Oh my
Unable
god,
to
I love
avoid
you
that
guys.
elimination.
Double
Carving this one
viewership.
down. Meteor,
Let's
though,
go.
Trades it back, and now it's a 2v1. Saya with the op
We had
in hand,
Mexican.
seeing what he can get done.
That's
Wants to try
yummy.
to hold this one a half. Gets off of that
That
fragment.
sounds yummy.
It's quite a bit of damage, but now he's right back on it.
They don't know that
have
half
to
is
peek into it.
done.
He's going to be holding for it. Meteor gets there with less than a
Charge.
half a second to spare. Genji will
It's
get
so weird to
themselves
hear
on
you
the
cuss, to
board.
be honest.
But the
Why?
cost
I
of
always
3
cuss in
players.
game.
I mean, the number of individual heroics that T1 was trying
I
there,
always
but
cuss in
it's
game,
not
though.
them just sending it,
Why
right?
is it
There's always this
different?
backup plan. I mean, you see Saya go down, jump down for the flick, things like that. He's not trying to get
Damn,
the
they
kill, he's
won
just
a
trying to make sure he
round.
confirms. If he gets the kill, lucky, great. But if not, he's able to dash out. So that's what makes it so costly. But at the end of the day, Texture opening up the site single-handedly. That's what gets such a desperate
You
round.
cuss
They
in
still
game, but
have
I'm
the
never
hunting
interested.
period
Oh
to
yeah,
match.
I haven't seen you in a
Got a couple
while.
options.
You'll be used to it. It's fine.
Fury opened up. Carpe able to find the
Oh.
limb.
I know,
But
right?
Gone.
Like, I'm really uncomfortable with his skin. I want a
Another rough
remake.
start here for Genji.
No flashes.
No
0
way
point.
they want to play
You're not
again.
denying that Killjoy util. And for some reason, Texture scratching his head. Where's that alarm bot? It's just sitting right at the entrance to the site.
My
T1
PG-13
understands that.
ears.
If you wanted to run fast, it would have just been the 0 point the Killjoy needs
Rory,
to avoid.
is
so
it
the
too
position
loud
is
for you
good.
guys?
Oh, what in the world is
Saya
this?
just coming away with the
What was that
headshot
wall
even.
bang?
Now shifts his sights back over to main. But too much movement there. Able to find the kill.
It's
Locked
not
in
too
both
loud,
body,
right?
but able to
The
back away, but now Meteor in a very committed position. The,
The
smoke
Valorant?
there to maybe try to bail him out, but
you
so
should
two
rest,
players hovering
Scott.
around
You
this
should
side of
go
the map.
rest.
They may just
Even for like a
trying to
bit,
play
you
this
know.
through into B or just backing away
Just
and trying to
not
go for the save.
stare at your screen for the
I
entire
don't know if
24
we've really
hours.
seen Saya play this confidently, maybe ever since he was on the guard. I mean, sure, he's had highlights, but right now, the movement makes it look like he can do no wrong.
Audio sound is
whatsoever.
good. Okay, okay.
Definitely fearless. Albeit the shots, you know, he's keeping them at bay, so it's not like, even with the whiffs, he is still finding value.
Absolutely.
Wait,
And even
really?
that
It's
from the
too
shadows. I mean,
loud?
this is T1 understanding that they
10
want to
seconds
snowball
left.
things as hard as possible. It's not about the most ideal way to win, but it's understanding that we can
Thank you for the
basically
look. I
waste
appreciate
resources
it.
to stay ahead, and we'll still get it back faster.
I'm rooting for
We noted here,
T1.
but, I mean, you can see nobody really feeling confident enough to try to peek out.
I'm rooting for
That was the
T1,
rush.
by the way.
Attempted to come through, but they run out
I
of
do
time.
not go for
Give it a replay.
Genji.
Look at that Saya shot.
I'm pretty sure he just pings it. He hears the knife and he just fires through the wall. We have to see it. Because, I mean, if you're
Not sure.
textured, you have no idea.
For
why
me,
you
your
just
gameplay
died.
sounds
It
too
did not seem
loud.
Right.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I can already hear them scrambling. I can hear the keyboards clicking, but the replay's just not coming through.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Been robbed.
Edward,
Has
is
to
this
be
you,
another
Edward?
action. I don't know. Whatever it
We'll
takes.
see it eventually.
Oh my god, welcome to Twitch. What the fuck?
Carpe, shifting position. Moves over, base of stairs, gets a decent amount of damage across there. Texture gonna be taking down Karen. Noted as he tries
Welcome
to
to
TP his way into
Twitch.
the boat. Texture is able to find that kill, but still at decent cost. Falls down
Oh my
20
god,
health.
hi
Side
Lottie.
player in the meantime
Welcome
still
to-
holding main,
welcome
so
to
it's just
YouTube.
Texture in sight. Drone leading the charge, but shoulder will have been spotted. Still going for the peak.
What?
Goes for it again. Has the dash available. Munchkin's just out there in main. Taken
Ew.
down. Lockett able to trade one
Bro,
back,
fuck
but
this
now
Odin, bro. I hate
down
Ascent.
28
Ascent
stage.
is a
Clutch
game.
been calmed over to his players.
It's a
Side player
playground for
launches
Odins.
down that back
Yeah.
line. Shot goes wide. Can't find him quite just yet, but it feels like it's only a matter of time. It'll be
Nah,
such a
no.
miraculous clutch for him. He has been able to deliver on it in the past. There's the first.
Dash about to end. He's not going to get the peak he wants.
Nash
He
calls
is
it,
so
goes
low.
Down back ramp now. Creeping back forward, ready to double face. And there you go, Izu.
What's
Not
up with the
gonna
Odin
fall.
though? I don't like the Odin.
Weapons will be recovered. The Op and the Odin carried into this next round. 7-1. T1 looking absolutely incredible so far in this defender's half.
I mean, the reads are perfect. The timings, knowing how to work around their own util, and understanding that even if Texture is through, he's weakened, he's not going to be able to go for the trades, and you can just hold them off. I mean, you're holding them at market. Texture's not able to come
Tanang
around for the
ropa.
flank. You still got people watching from
No.
defender spawn. The setups are so good, and they continue
Does
to
it miss
change.
you, Lottie?
Not a single identical default.
You should
2
play
rounds in a row here
again.
from T1. And a swarm to clear the turret. That's going to force Gen G to have to use util if they want to keep a hold of B main, especially on an eco. You know as T1 that you have the advantage right now.
Xgrid just holding a hard angle, and Meteor slow swinging in.
Let's
Down
go.
center now wanting to try his luck, says, well, I've got the Guardian.
Fuck.
He's able to put it to good use. A couple more taps through Carpe. Oh, I was going to say he's lucky to avoid the lineup.
Bro, that's so
and he just
disgusting,
manages
bro.
to trade it right back. That's the only tap once here as Karen desperately tries to open things up over at A main, give them some sort of approach. As Munchkin slipping the net a little bit. Carpe, though, seemingly wise. This is actually playing in B. Back not exposed here.
And they're not
Can
going to
very quickly turn.
Yeah. This is rough. I mean, sure, you don't have the numbers to pinch onto it either for Gen G, but still going to lose one more.
Well, now it's very much confirmed as Karen does fall. Lakia trying to creep up from behind.
Carpe's got a timing.
Oh, the gun coming through. He's playing up close. Tries to rush it down, and Lakia does manage to win out on that exchange. Carpe dead. Brings it now into a 2v3 for Gen G. But
Did you know I was late to my birthday
right
party in
point just yet,
2020?
still just holding
Wait,
on to that
really?
sheriff.
And you had a party?
Because of the
What the
post-plant
fuck?
positions, this is still one of the best chances that Gen G's had, as ridiculous as it sounds. Alarmbot not gonna
You're
catch
addicted to
Lakia
that.
on the lurk. And it's actually going to take longer than it normally would because he had to stop for a little bit off of that 0 point. So they don't expect it.
Catches one. Now the 2v2. It's the recon, but oh, he's thinking about even just going back across into B main once again. Izu now here on the site. Shots flying, swings out. Munchkin trying to crunch it. Izu swings in the boats. He gets taken down. Now it's all on Saya player. He's only got 40 HP, and he cannot get it done. Munchkin will be able to keep them in this one. Grabs the off, knows he's not going to be able to carry it over, just in case. But Gen G will find their second round win in a thrifty fashion. Gen G, maybe they're coming back online.
Yeah, you know what? It's always the thrifties that get him back in the game.
It's
keep him
always
in
the
game. It's what got him
thrifties.
all the way to the grand finals of Masters Madrid. And you can't count him out just yet. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look clean. It's heroics for sure. But that's what this team is built off of. You've got 5 members who can pull things like this
Sheesh.
off whenever they need it. It seems like he was actually asking Texture if he wanted the op, and that caused a delay a little bit further as well.
Either way, thrifty attempt doesn't matter too much if you go down to the spike. Obviously, the carryover weapon would be nice, but ultimately not too bad unless they lose this round as well. So they have not been able to bank up anything at all. Texture, right side bench. Saya holding. Swinging across, and oh my god!
Ew.
The
The
adjustment
fuck?
is swift, and it is on point.
I don't know what I'm watching right now. What in the world? These shots from Saya. Few and far in between, but all very impactful.
They have been. Izu noted, just going to be TPing back over onto the site. Munchkin, he's got no presence over in main. This is a very bold position for him to take. No one there to try to back him up, and Rossi thinking about swinging the angle. Does so. Takes it down, but oh, now util out in hand. Munchkin gone. Izu catches him right as he was trying to get that 0 point across. Ping's coming in. A smoke sent over towards B to try to fake that presence a little bit. Matching smoke now
30
expended
seconds
by
left.
Izu.
So Izu's just holding the off angle. Obviously, main is held by Saya, but at the end of the day, this site hold, it's mainly all up to Saya player. Izu's meant to
Take me
just
back to
one
70.
cheeky
Oh my
kill.
God. Well, push up into the corner. Lockdown does
Thank
get
you for the
contested.
7
Lockdown
streams,
will find Izu. Saya
February.
player still holding
Oh
forward
my
for a little
god,
bit more.
Swishy.
Check
Thank
out
you
their
so much for the
exit.
80.
Shot.
What the fuck?
Taken down, but now they have to make their exit.
80,
Karen
bro.
Bowen is lonesome in a 1v3.
Thank you.
Lockdown clears the way for him a
I
bit.
appreciate the
Doesn't really have
7
time to try to go
and
for
the
an
80.
extravagant any
Hi, Cypher.
big setup here.
Hello, how are
Karen
you?
down a fake on the shadow step.
He knows he can't stay down here, so he's trying to go for the early peak, but they just don't drop soon enough.
Dropdown finds one, but Saya peeking into hell will find the other. 3 for him in the
100
round.
giveaway. Can you
Gen
spot
G
me
will
for
be
the
denied
game?
their
You should
third
tell
round
that to the
victory.
winner.
8-2 now. 4 rounds to be played out in this half. T1 maintaining a dominant lead.
How are you,
Like you
Cypher?
said, they
Good
haven't been able
morning.
to string 2 rounds, so the Creds not banking up. Still no
Yeah,
full
it's
buys across
330
the
for
board
you. Oh,
here for Gen G in the coming round.
Some of these adjustments from Saya heating up, and that's going to force the second timeout here from Gen G in the first half.
I haven't seen Gen G really feel the need for this in a long time, and you imagine, and I think this probably goes for a lot of us that predicted Gen G, that you imagined that they still had more left in the tank, right? That they were trying to get through with the basics as long as possible. Obviously, they didn't have much time to readjust after Masters Madrid, so they're sticking with their fundamentals. They're still cooking, but they don't feel confident enough to have to bring it out just yet. And surely they've got a bit more. And you look at the draft, and I'm thinking Gen G probably felt that they got away with just enough where they should be able to have the edge. But not with Ascent going this way. This was not in the
My
books.
favorite
The solo
Narapura is the one that
HSK.
screws you over several times
T1
and
being
barely
this
even
prepared,
speaks.
going on the defense, the early rounds. And I was going to say that before it started. I mean, when you have two teams that are pretty evenly matched individually like this, those pistol rounds are so crucial, right? The potential 4 rounds advantage that you can have pretty much makes or breaks the game.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the impact here, the kills. Sure, side player, 5-4-0. But like you said, every kill that he's gotten, impactful. He's been buying so much space and deterring Gen G at every twist and turn. But Rossi out there, 13-5-3. It's not often that we see Lockyer as the top fragger for the side of Gen G. Everything right now for them looking very disjointed as they scratch their heads and try to figure out how
Crazy,
to
I was gonna
work their way
vote for
around this defensive
T1.
setup from T1.
I'm
It's
actually
been
rooting for
blindly gorgeous.
T1.
With the KO
I believe
and
in
Nova being
T1.
tagged, even if there's no Jet, even if there's no Silva,
Excurate is so good.
that you're okay to hold this default.
Well, now there's no ambiguity. There's the entry. One tap from Rossi onto Karen to shut him down. Munchkin trades it back a bit. Izu being tagged up, and oh, the drag across to find Lockyer. That is disgusting. He does eventually fall.
That's so dirty.
He's even up at 3-3.
I wasn't 100% going to vote for Jen.
Knowing there's still going to be some players lurking here.
50-50?
Texture has no help. And he basically has to open things up again for his teammates.
Starting to push his way up.
No, bro, no. Oh!
Saya player gets the headshot.
What the fuck was that shot?
Spike does work its way forward onto the site. Can be planted here. The door nearly broken. Meteor
That's so disgusting, bro.
aligned here alongside the switch. Lockdown from Excurate available and invested. Now Munchkin's gonna have to figure out how the hell he gets out of here.
Yeah, they actually wait.
Hi,
all
Kuno.
the way to
How
the
are
end
you,
to
Kuno?
make sure that they're stuck.
He's dead.
And Munchkin's dead. Yeah, I mean, this is perfectly
Oh, no.
timed. And no, not
No,
like this.
detained.
Oh, dearie me.
Wow.
The stare down. And then finally the mercy shot delivered. A monstrous mistake from Meteor.
Last round in the half.
How are
Even
you,
if he doesn't
Kuno?
have that
I
happen,
mean,
does he
yeah.
clutch the round?
Hi, Snowy.
Unlikely.
Very unlikely. Would have been a
Good
better
morning,
But
brother.
the fact that we're seeing mistakes like that occur tells you all the more about how Gen G are feeling right now in this game.
Oh, he's not even going for the shot on texture on that one. That is, I mean, they tried to swarm in. Excurate's been really enjoying the matches.
Can you give
here
me
in
some of
playoffs.
your energy?
Fought Cam twice now, and he's been singing both times.
Yes.
Gen G
This
so
does
low.
bode well for Gen G. When your opponents
Yeah.
that lax, as if he's streaming ranked right
Bad.
now.
I just got. I hope you're fine, Kuno.
Now,
Cover going out.
Gen G looking for the 9-3, looking to believe in curses.
These girls have too much energy. I mean, I try to.
Run back yesterday, but right
You know.
now, given
Hi,
the scenes
Jarina.
we're witnessing,
Jarina.
feels all the more unlikely. There's the entry though. Texture
Oh.
able to start things off nicely. Does find the kill. Saya player considering pushing up past the smoke, and he does. Has the dash at the ready. Gen G seemingly cognizant of this. Are just going to be waiting.
Is he just in wine? The hell?
Stranded
He
in
knows
position.
that he's in wine. He's just holding for it.
Oh, they even check for it.
That's 0 point
Ch-
from Rossi. So
bro,
that
they're
will help
just
Texture here in
holding.
wine. Oh, and now spotted.
I'm so scared,
Nobody
bro.
else getting ready to counter
I'm
from
so
the angle.
scared.
Lockyer starting to creep forward though. The drone will help force them back. Texture keeps his life for now. Up over the top. Able to find one.
Oh
Looking
my
for that
God.
third kill. Can't quite find, but Saya player goes down. Lockyer sniping in with the Hunter's Fury. Carpe is holding across. Somehow drags it. Gets
Yuck.
that headshot on Munchkin. That's nasty, but still, Gen G are finally in an advantageous position as the spike gets ready to be planted.
I'm
Tap
rooting for
onto it.
T1 as
Beating up
well.
Hunter's Fury here from Carpe. They get rid of the util, but Texture unable to find the shot, and Excurate suddenly looks to try to keep them in this one. Gets a decent amount of damage across, but cannot confirm the kill.
10 seconds left. left.
as it's all on. Never mind. It's all on Carpe, but Meteor makes his presence felt there at the very end. So 9-3 on the half. Gen G unable to string together any rounds consecutively, and now need to have absolute perfection as they get ready to go on to the defending side.
Yeah, the adjustment in that last round.
Bro, I
was
hope
some
it's
of the
not a
best,
9-3
right? If you're
curse. I'm
gonna try to
actually
death ball it, you gotta
genuinely
find these
rooting for
offbeats.
T1.
And they're able to do it
I'm
with
rooting
the
for
Blade Storm.
T1.
Really push T1 just a bit quicker. Realize that T1 has been holding things a little bit closer based off of their util. But the adjustment's a little late. Quite frankly, given how all those rounds looked, I would say Gen G's lucky to have 3 on the board. It almost feels like it should have been an absolute 10-2, if not worse. And now you switch sides. It all starts back. You got to reset for the pistol round.
I'm gonna cut the
See if
power
Gen G's
to that
brought out
place
something
so
new that
hard.
T1 could not have possibly anteed for.
Of course, plenty of fans here from both camps, but Gen G, that
Why?
fandom right now, needing to be the loudest in the audience if they want to try to spur these players on to a map victory. Because, I mean, reminder, this is their map pick of Ascent. And, yeah, I mean, we saw it even just yesterday, you know, in the PRX Talon series. Sometimes you do just over-prepare for your opponent's map pick because you have a decent idea of where they're going to go. You end up dropping your own map, but then you beat your opponent on theirs. It's usually closer when things like that do happen.
See what the adjustments can be here for Gen G. So not sticking with anything like the mid push out with 3. Stick for a heavy short presence over
Oh yeah, by the
A.
way, I made tacos
The B left open
I
a
made
little bit. You're relying on
tacos
that 1 nanoswarm. The Killjoy
for
mid
dinner.
will be 0-pointed. So that's the good news, that your util will still be available on both sides. I like the setup from Gen G, but will T1 respect it is the big question, even on the pistol. They do have 2 members, both with dashes that can get over that with half armor.
0 point noting just about everybody theirs. Oh, straight shots, but oh, the reveal. Ping catching him. A side player going to be taken down as Meteor does find an
Bro,
opening
fuck
frag.
this 9-3 curse. I know it's so annoying because it's true.
T1 across mid. Texture going to be hearing a decent little amount now, spotting even more of it. As Heron is the first to arrive. Paranoia to try to slow them up.
No, I don't have. I'm not eating it right now, but I just made some in advance because I'm gonna play later.
Quick.
They're basically being matched here. Now they're set to turn back over towards Tree. Kill's gonna be found as Munchkin cleans up
I
two.
just
Texture
made.
getting
I just
pieces.
made like
Rossi will be the
tacos in
last one to
advance.
arrive. Swings up into habit. Is able to find one with that frenzy. But Texture will go ahead and get the headshot as Gen G will equalize pistol round count.
A really good pistol setup from both teams on their defense. I mean, here. Oh,
I hear that music.
all right. The
As
1,000
Texture
kills.
has hit 1,000 kills.
Wait, really?
Still wants to celebrate it. You'll have to see that energy.
The admins just told him. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, me?
See if that breathes a little extra life into him, because the Gen G fans know that
The
he needs
fuck?
it right now.
I believe he was 9 shy, so now is at 1,001.
Oh yeah, you eat like 5 times a day, race car.
Try to overtake some of his teammates throughout this match.
Forgot.
Texture working his way out. Doesn't manage to find side player.
Bro, T1, step it
Doesn't
up.
have that staple Marshall in his own hands.
Step it
Down
up.
by it. He's Lockett thinking about the swing and ooh, a little bit faster.
Fuck.
X-Crit looking like thought it was going to be a slow peak, but Lockett gets out in front. So headshot cannot be found. Drone not going to spot the rotating members though. But he can safely grab this orb and then just back away and allow for this KJ util to basically play contact for him.
Gun here.
So Meteor 2 rounds in a row, sticking by mid, making sure that he can leave util on both sides of the map. That's going to make things a little bit harder to read for T1. And the whole decisive calling may be a little bit detrimental, because there's always going to be util available to delay.
Okay, well Lockett
Spike down.
able to take one down with him, so Carpe gone. Weapon potentially
How many kills do you think I
recoverable,
have?
But as I say that, Meteor will just
Me?
swing out from alley to clean
With
up
what?
the rest.
With the
So,
game?
Gen G, back-to-back rounds here for the first time in the second half.
Bro, I'd get
As
like
they swiftly deal with that
40K.
but now they have to try to convert this bonus.
Yeah, this will be very necessary for Gen G. I mean, thankfully, they're able to close the gap up to 4. They're going to be able to hold down to that defense. But obviously, if you falter here, the Odins and Operators
No,
will
in
be
real life.
delayed. And you don't want that
The
on
fuck?
Ascent. 2 crucial power weapons. See, the smile is returning. The joke's returning here for Gen G.
And an operator in the hands of Texture.
Okay, they'll just buy up to it.
Oh, Oh,
He can
and then
only
it's
click
gone.
heads. That's why.
Yeah.
You know, the recon bolt's not so
The
much.
dart's too narrow.
The dart's too narrow. I'm gonna get
Just a standard clear here
699
with a double
kills.
peek. I mean, especially with the bulldog peek out this early, you surely suspect the operator.
Bro whiffs on utils like
and
meatloaf.
he does.
Hey,
He
too
does
funny.
indeed. Oh, picked up though. Lockyan gonna just make sure that that can't go into the enemy hands. Oh, Munchkin trying to intercept, ends up falling down. And
Break
Khan
the curse! Break the
realizing
curse!
Nobody's gonna be pushing forward into the site. Meteor considering trying to get underneath the door. Izu gives a little bit of spray. Just go ahead and convert. Check for that. Meteor will put that Guardian to good use. All bang shots to go
That's
ahead.
a lot of kills.
This operator that they want to carry over.
Nah. It's a lot. It's a
Realistically,
lot.
gonna be able to try to
Weeb.
play for this one, especially now that Excurate is getting ready to have the jump on Meteor, and he does. Easy kills found in Lockya. It's an easy decision. We'll just have to back away and try to hold on to this.
Yeah, curious to see if maybe they'll send one member from T1 to go on the hunt just because of the value of the operator, but obviously T1, they'd be happy to make sure that the snowball just gets bigger and bigger for themselves. So Excurate gonna clear close, but it doesn't look like they're gonna go on a map-wide hunt, wisely so. Operator will stay alive. Excurate's gonna keep inching forward though. Lockya does have
He
to
might
understand
get a
that there
kill.
is this
Oh,
possibility.
never mind. He's holding
Oh, for
market.
sure.
No time.
It's way more damage up just considering the lead that T1 have of themselves as they hit double digits now. Even if they do lose an extra player, lose an extra rifle, being able to deny the operator away would have been an immense amount of value given the little kickback here on the Gen G, but Lockett will be able to go ahead and hold on to that one. It's just a very
Bro,
great
he's so good at lurking. What the
headshot
hell?
coming through from Excurate. This fully anticipates that aggression. Seems like he anticipates the weapon of choice.
Bro, why does my
He is
killjoys in
able
my
to
lobbies
deliver.
don't lurk
So
like
now,
that?
doubling the score line.
Here.
T1 just a few rounds away from taking down Gen G. One step closer to knocking them into that lower bracket. This time, if the golf clap as Munchkin is able to clear out the dart.
Because he's a pro.
And that'll allow them to hold a little bit safer, but you didn't contest for main control, right? And that's the entire purpose of that recon bolt, is that A main now fully in control of T1.
Cover going
So that's already a little bit extra space. You're still contesting for B with the turret, so mid's the only one that you haven't really shaken up just yet.
Texture popping the dash, ready to swing, and is able to come away with a kill. Actually readjusts for Saya player.
Nah, bruh.
Standing ahead.
Either way, huge value going to be found as Recon will get the ping there onto Excurate. Meteor wants to capitalize, and he does.
Ew.
Snappy with the Phantom headshots, finds that. Munchkin spots Rossi.
Flashbang.
Flash out over the top. Rossi now having to just tuck away behind the stairs for a brief little moment.
Yeah, the timing so far have been very good for Gen G. I love the push out with the recon on B. Right
Just
after you get the
open
kill,
Val
shoots
and
spin on
have a
five, and now
knife
the
that goes
paranoia and
flippy
counter.
flippy
Get the
flip
spot
on my
the one, but
screen.
Munchkin swinging back out
Is it the
from
butterfly
Switch.
knife?
Takes down Izu, who's just trying to get in on top of Karan, but they keep him alive. Very strong response around here from
30
Gen
seconds
G.
left.
5-2. The drift back here, Rossi.
The recon volley
Carpe
song.
not
Oh,
going to be able to do too much.
Yeah, just going for the save at this point. Obviously,
buy it, buy it.
not everyone on the side of T1
Hi,
as
Harley.
wealthy
Good
as they
morning.
are themselves, but on the other side as well, you know, the chances are so slim.
10 seconds
You're
left.
not exactly trying to press to make sure you take away only a couple weapons.
How
unless
are you,
take away the
Harley?
operator, the value's not really going to be there. The extra ult orb zap might be the catalyst that allows Gen G to catch back up.
Revealing
So I
area.
like the patience. Okay. You know, get it out of the system when it's this part of the round.
Yeah.
You know?
This is the fine time to whip.
Exactly. When it wasn't like he whiffed a lineup or anything, you're just trying to go for a jump peek. So
I'm
we'll
doing
excuse him on
great.
that one.
One down.
I'm
Wow.
eating right now. I'm
Both
hungry.
duelists in this game.
Hungry.
With the operators, the flicks have been absolutely gorgeous. And that's the thing. So the peek out from Munchkin that round and the previous round as well with the Guardian. The previous round, T1 was very well prepared for something like that. They know that Munchkin, that's how he'll create those openings when Gen G is down on numbers or when they're holding on the default. So we'll have to keep our eye to see if T1 continues to try to punish this KO.
Chance at blind timing spray there.
Buy
from Munchkin.
that volley song right now.
Presses 2. Hasn't spotted out some of the rest of this, but should be suspicious about that presence there at Wine. Fragment going to come down. Smokes are flying. Drone up over the top. Karan going to be
Stat.
noted. And he is just in such a poor position. Swing out from back. Saya player able to find the headshot, takes him down. Spray up in towards heaven. Tries to find any connections, but Texture
What the fuck?
able to answer back. A hell of a lot of damage there onto the enemy jet. Saya down to 18. No command now. Going to be invested, however. This fragment. Bouncing up behind the box. Meteor still going to be flushed out. Side player able to find that headshot.
Saya so low.
Oh
just
my
trying to make
God.
sure that he's not in a position that could usually be spammed.
Both he and Rossi avoiding this spray, but quite a bit. But Lakia eventually able to hound him down. Does find that headshot. A 3v3, but time ticking, dwindling here from Gen.G. Lakia now picked off. Swing around the side of Jen, and Rossi get it with a headshot. Puts Texture down and giving them much.
Buy
HP.
it,
He's gonna
buy
have
it.
to hightail it the hell out of here.
Holy, I mean, everyone on T1, obviously a couple members on Gen.G as well, but everyone on T1 is so sharp today. I mean, these reactions are just near instant. And they'll take away the operator as well. Texture will reinvest for another one himself. But again, T1, they wait to see, right? They respect that Munchkin might fill the smoke, but as soon as they hear that fragment come out, they know they're safe to push the smoke. So they go in, wait for the second ping on the fragment. As soon as that pulse goes out, they swarm, knowing that no one can be holding close because of their own fragment. And Gen.G's tendencies are absolutely getting picked apart, especially
That was so
Munchkins right
disgusting,
now
though.
here on the defensive side.
Well, slow start here from both sides. Saya with the operator in hand. So boosted up here onto the wall. 0 point though. Spot him out. Answering 0 point from Rossi. Not going to be catching anything.
So much early util was being used on B main right now. And normally Gen.G, they would do that so that they can over-rotate. I wonder if T1's going to punish this, because this might be Gen.G just defaulting into old habits right now.
Ping's coming down.
No,
They expect the player in
please.
this position. Turn for the flash. Munchkin
Oh!
able to find two. Cannot get the third. Rossi does put him down, but the man advantage is there for the side of Gen.G, but now taken away.
He didn't get one,
Saya,
he just got
it's a
two.
shot here on the Texture. Lakia lurking and Excred asleep at the wheel a little bit. Not prepared.
Bro,
Ends
what
up
the
falling
fuck
to
is he
Saya.
doing?
Keeps him in it. Finds himself a second elimination. There's Fury now coming through. The swing out of the smoke. Karan trying to find it.
Bro.
Able to take down Rossi and suddenly it's a 1v1.
Rossi.
Lakia
30 seconds
hightailing it. Getting his way all the way across through into Gelato.
No.
When
He
does get the
doesn't know.
footsteps? Gonna have to be soon. But look at Saya having the read.
Oh my god.
Knowing, expecting,
Oh
and
my
delivering.
god. Oh
A
my god, he's the
4K Saya
MVP.
player
What the
gets
fuck?
T1 up to map point.
Just an absolute trademark Saya player round, all with the operator on the attacking side.
Let's go, T1.
Gets
Let's
the
go.
absolute necessary kills at the right time to keep them alive. I mean, all these off angles, he's just out in the opens for some of these. You don't expect that with the operator. And even the read on the wrap around. Because the kill happened in mid, you're not hearing door being broken, you're not hearing footsteps up in heaven. It's a good timer. Right in his heart. And now Gen.G 1 round away from losing their map pick.
Knives pulled from Texture. Scraped together by here for the side of Gen.G.
Wait, this is Gen.G's map? The fuck?
Push out on A main this time. Trying to hold a little bit more aggressive control. That way they can rest easy. Just waiting for a flood retake on to B. This is where Gen.G thrives the most. Even though weaponry doesn't look great. They'll even actually just fill the site early on. Not going, they don't want to get counter-read by T1 on the flood retake.
Over the top, Texture thinking about it, goes for the jump. He's able to find one, but Saya able to snipe him out of the sky, so does go ahead and equalize that. A 1-for-1 exchange so far. Double stack though, here on the entryway as Paranoia crashes across. Meteor not clipped by this.
Yeah, I would be sad too.
0 point does not scout.
Genji too?
TP to check,
Yo
now
ho
TP
ho
down
ho.
into the side, the pop flash. Finding Meteor.
No,
Meteor
bro.
able to gun down two. Upshot point blank. Saya comes up with the goods there. Guardian spray cannot be steadied as Karan does fall. Now it's all on Munchkin still.
No way, they didn't check
Working
their
his way across,
corners.
arriving now into market. Gets a jump. Saya dead. No command now
30
used.
seconds
Izu. See if he can try to clutch this one out. Keep them in it. Munchkin tries to keep them in this series.
Spike planted.
Please don't peek it.
And through Izu, now spotted. Has to be wary. That Guardian
The
can
reposition.
wallbang through boats, but yeah, he's going to reposition the 0 point, however, not catching him. Tells Munchkin all that he needs to know. Sends a flash. Knows that he's here on the side.
Oh my
The headshot will
god.
come in. Kill found, up, recovered. Genji, hold on by a thread.
Oh man, Munchkin, he's always still good for the clutch. I mean, even accounting for the possibility of that
Bro.
reposition. That's a hard one to read. Obviously, you know, when we're watching it, sure, you think, yeah, of course he could have left, but you're so concerned about the 50-50 between the two doors at Boathouse. Now that's a hard one to think about, but the pop flash is there. And this, a crucial mistake from T1. They've been so good about checking their corners all the way up to this round. But when they could have closed it out, it bites them right back.
Not done yet here, our Genji.
I mean, if T1 loses this, their econ, I mean, it's already not perfect, but it's going to get broken if they don't win here. We could very well be looking at an overtime.
Flash and a TP forward. Izu taking a hell of a lot of space. Is Charon just looking to get flush against the wall, the Judge in hand. This is not something that Genji have been showing, so T1, do they have any expectation, any read for this? As he's waiting to swing. And there it is.
Bro, he's just a menace with the Judge,
Something
bro.
you
He's
always
been
see,
doing that shit
There
since
it
like.
is. Rossi noted. Only going to eat a smattering of damage on the exit, but already
What
such
the
a
fuck?
huge start to this round here for Genji. It's just Rossi and Excurate left alive. Because of the economy, they might just
Yeah.
have to try to hold on to these weapons.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, sure, yeah, you'll get an ult or two online if you go for it, but
No.
you have to consider you have a lot of rounds up. So there's two ways to think about this, right? Just get the ults up, forget the next round, and move on.
One enemy remaining.
1-2.
Dude.
Swift as ever, Munchkin helps to deliver
Damn.
a flawless round here from Genji.
So this is very, very big for Genji. Again, going for it just because you have the round advantages, maybe you just make sure that the ults are going to be there
Nah.
whenever you want. It puts a little bit of extra pressure.
Unless there's a
and the
miracle here, they
possibility
might
of
win
getting that
this.
Thrifty in the next round.
But the
So, I don't
probability
think
is
you
not
blame
a
them, but
little
the save
bit
wouldn't have been bad
high.
either.
The conditioning was there.
Absolutely.
Because of that.
Well done play.
Looks like Genji starting to get heated up a little bit. T1 though, still at such an advantage. Multiple attempts, multiple chances to stop this, but Isaiah swings out of top mid. He will get taken down. Texture snapping with the shot. Finds that opening elimination. Munchkin considering going for a spray over the top, but as he continues to swing out, Rossi strikes him down. Charon now trying to hold the line, trying to backpedal, but Rossi is a little bit faster.
Dude,
Shot from
dude,
Texture peels
dude,
back some of the
dude,
pressure, and the
dude,
fight is coming
dude,
through. Pompey will play
dude.
off that 50-50. Still found out front Meteor, the reveal in now. Excurate
What the fuck?
cut off away from the spike, and even though he's all on his lonesome, that will be the lockdown invested, just shoving him away from this spike and making this round damn near impossible for him. We'll see what Excurate
He only has an op. Is
here.
he saving
What
op?
kind of magic he can potentially work, because for now, he has an operator in his hands.
Yeah, the op, and then the lockdown as well. So he's going to try to dwindle the numbers, but Genji's very well aware of this. They know the spike is still down. That he
They
has to
know, they know,
recover.
they
They've
know,
got
they
the turret to
know.
wash main. The only place he could be coming from is heaven with the door closed.
Creep across, Meteor just around the corner, and he's not ready for Lakia, up on top of the generator. Close but no cigar
Ooh.
there for T1. Genji continue the run back, but they still need 3 more to force this into overtime. And look at the ult stacked up now
Damn.
here for the side of T1.
Yeah, Excure's going to be very thankful that Meteor pulled out his own lockdown first. That way he didn't really commit his. He's able to carry it over, now chain it in for a near guarantee round. Charon, I mean, we're seeing some of the same things that we saw when he first debuted. You know, trying to just delay, trying to be maybe a bit too much of a team player. Maybe his teammates, calling for the op, maybe his teammates and the coaches
Stream
have
delay
to remind him, maybe
T1
shoot his gun a bit more. That worked during
13.
kickoff. See if it brings the same magic here.
Smoke going to be thrown in. There's the null command to start things off. Lakia, does he push up in front of this? Yes, he does. Swing
Please
out.
check the corners, please.
Couple of vision.
Please
He
check
ends
the
up falling
corners.
down.
Please check the
Fly, Lakia,
corners.
Meteor both taken out now. Charon dead. Is this where it all comes to an end? It certainly is seeming like it. As Izu
Woo!
finds 3. Texture
Yippee!
now, last one standing.
Yippee!
The
Yippee!
op in hand would be a monstrous clutch, but it seems nigh impossible. TP now used.
Bro, 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 bro,
Just the hero
bro.
of finding Rossi. There's one over at main.
No piggy plays.
It's an idea about the positioning here of the others, but this is so many angles to try to isolate and pick off. Spots one, there's the
Yay!
with the 4K, we'll put
Let's
him down.
go.
Gen G, they get close, but not nearly close enough. 13-9. T1 will take away Gen G's map pick of Ascent.
Very, very well prepped and polished T1. I mean, very few mistakes as a team. Sure, you know, you lose a couple duels, but the reads were great. The prep was perfect. And this is an absolutely revitalized T1. Gen G, meanwhile, we haven't really seen too much new on that Ascent. You're open for more on Sunset.
Well, that'll do it for us here. Now we'll pass it back over to the analyst desk, though, to break down all the action from our opening map of the series.
100% agree with what William said there. T1 was very much prepared for this, and we heard it from Data as well earlier, right? They really knew what they had to work on, and I feel like there were such minimal mistakes here for T1 on this map. Usually it would just boil
Bro,
down
they
to
didn't
timings
check their
or,
corners. It's so
just
funny.
maybe some rounds being unlucky, but this was pretty much a very big improvement for them.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they had a good read from the get-go, really understanding when they could harass and stop the executes on their defender side of Gen G's. They really had great timings, great reads on all of that, so that really made it difficult for Gen G to get into post-plants, and even if they did, they were very low in terms of numbers. That's why the post-plant percentage is very weak here for Gen G. And then they just made good adaptations all the way through. The rest of the map, they did a good job of kind of readjusting to any changes that Gen G was making, so this was very, very impressive from T1.
Yeah, I think that T1, they just feel like they've brought what they had yesterday and they immediately brought it into the next day. Like, everybody's on fire. Saya's having an insane day. Rossi once again putting up some big numbers, and I think that T1 as a
The
team, they were
script
so ready for
was
this. Gen G came out a little
broken.
flat at first, and T1 had the really good reads, as you mentioned, so it wasn't very close early on, and Gen G tried their best to come back, but it was just a little bit too far ahead for T1, and these guys are on a roll. It feels like everything is very smooth. The shot calling is great. All the plays are fantastic, and Gen G are playing up against a really strong team today. That's why we said, you know, maybe we're predicting Gen G, but on paper it's probably like 55-45. It's a very close match, and T1 are making it seem almost T1 favored now.
It certainly is, and of course, going back to our predictions, right? Chubby Ninja, she's cooking. Just to let her be at the moment, because it's looking like T1 right now. This is a very strong possibility for them. This is for Gen G, of course. They're going over to Sunset, which will be T1's map pick, and we're looking at the individual performances from each of the T1 members. They are popping off, as you mentioned, Valdez. Saya player is hitting some unbelievable shots, which would, I think, make any team balk.
Yeah, and like the casters were pointing out, you could see it the way he was positioning himself, the way he was re-aggressing on angles, the way he was holding angles. They had really confident reads on Gen G's positioning, and they were looking to punish that time and time again. I also want to say that particularly Izu and Rossi did a really good job of making Karon's life an absolute nightmare on the A site when they switched over to defenders. Like, every time I'm just watching Karon, I'm like, he's screwed, he's dead. Like, there's nothing he can do. He's just getting smoked, paranoia, flashed. I mean, he's just absolutely just getting destroyed by utility. And that was a big reason why they had some more success on their attacker side versus what Gen G could pull off.
Yeah, I think you said it very well, Paper Thin. Like, we're seeing some of the more obvious great things that T1 were able to do, specifically Saya player. Like, some of those shots were just absolutely bonkers. You know, just getting a sliver of sight and then shooting him through the wall, and then the crazy flick near pizza that one time, just insane stuff. Did have some moments where it looks like, okay, you know, T1 weren't
I got my butt
quite
hurts.
crossing all their T's and dotting
My
all
butt.
their I's, but at the end of the day, you know, even some of the clutch power from the Gen G members were not enough. Even some moments like this to fully come back. They made it interesting towards the end, you know, picking up a bunch of rounds in a row, but it was just too far away for them to actually come back, much like Talon against Paper X yesterday.
Yeah, this was, you know, this was quite T1 going to be a very, very scary opponent, especially if they're looking like every single match
feels so
that they have here,
good.
they're just improving every single step of the way. I like
Sunset,
that you
T1
brought up Izu and Rossi as
pick.
well, just because it feels like, you know, you have the very flashy plays from Saya player, you have these
They
sneaky
lost
attacks
this
from Expert as well, you have the
against
utility from Carpe.
fucking.
Izu and Rossi are just those. If you need to brute force something, they're there. You know, they're gonna run and gun, they're gonna go in, and they're just gonna change up.
They lost
what
this
you might
against
expect of them. And I think that's
Team
what
Secret.
makes T1 as
Yeah.
well so dynamic, right? When you need that little bit of unpredictability, you have these players that can bring that out. Going into Sunset, though, this is going to be their map pick. Gen G, I mean, we have seen them on Sunset. It's not spectacular though.
Yeah, I mean, they're only 1-1. They've
It's
only
not
ever played
spectacular.
Twice, right? And the last time they played it, they lost to Paper X, which, you know, it's a pretty good map for Paper X.
It's Paper X,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's not as big of a deal here, but now you're going up against a T1 that's really confident. You know, Rossi on this KO has really come into form. You know, like, not only is the team kind of clicking as a whole, switching over to Xcarrot as the IGL, but Rossi's really starting to get it figured out, not just being a Viper one trick. He's got the KO now. Not only does he have the KO, he's insane with it. So I think that's a big part of Sunset here for Gen G is really avoiding those flashes, avoiding that KO utility, baiting it out, things like that. I think are going to be a big component to Gen G having success, particularly on their attacker side.
Speaking of Gen G, by the way, we do have to congratulate Texture still for joining the 1,000 kill club. I feel like, you know, there's a pretty decent number of Pacific players now on there. A lot of them, as you mentioned, on the Gen G side. But yeah, we saw that little celebration that he had earlier where he was like, oh, it's me, I did it, yeah. And a little, you know, moment of applause there for our members
Let me check.
in that prestigious club.
Let me
But
check
now
that.
going over here, of course, we are going over into Sunset. It is a
1,000 kill
two-side
club?
map, and
There's a
that brings
thing?
us to our guess and gain game here. The question for today is which side will have more spikes planted in map number 2?
The fuck is this question, bro?
Well, look at the percentages, you know?
Hey, you're already
like,
in Radiant. You're just like,
I'm just sitting in Radiant,
yeah,
hanging
you're
out.
just like,
you have
But now
opt out.
I need to defend the throne, right?
A
Yeah.
1,000
Actually,
kill.
one above,
1,000
one above
kill.
Radiant,
Oh,
they
that's
wouldn't let
true.
me stay up there,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
now
No, I
just
was
have to
suggesting like
maintain
I was
Radiant.
just suggesting that this is a circle and
Yeah,
the world is not
prestige.
flat, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't go down to Iron and join Quack and Achilles over here.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, so we
1K
have our viewers who
kill
are suspecting
club.
that it may favor A.
Yay, Victor,
let's bring
Crashies,
out our
Dark
reaction
Buzz,
preparer.
Finesse,
We did.
Mako,
We
Marv,
did it ahead of
Stacks,
time.
Artist,
Yeah, yeah.
Boaster.
What did you write there?
I wrote
Okay.
Really?
something.
He
All right,
wrote
right, right.
something.
Let's reveal in 3, 2, 1. I'm guessing it's gonna be B.
The
but
hell?
B as in Valorant.
Yeah.
B
He
as
is
in
in Valorant.
Valorant.
Hi, Tag.
B as in Valdez.
Yeah, you're gonna be Valdez
Valdez,
someday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 10 years.
It works, it works. But I don't know, I'm feeling like
Welcome
we're gonna
in.
favor A more. But I feel like they were
Hello.
more successful in planting the spike on B. So that's why I think I'm favoring
Finally
B. But,
remembered
like,
my
as you mentioned, we may need to see the
This weird, what
composition
the
as well,
fuck?
But like what's
What
I
the
know you have your own
fuck?
logic,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the way.
I pick
For-
against what I think would normally
Bruh.
really happen.
Yes.
And it
He
works.
voted for A.
It's
So
a paper
normally
thin
I was
meta.
the
Absolutely
game.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the paper thin meta.
That's it.
Your Valdez meta?
Yeah, I mean, A is just generally an easier site to plan on, so...
No way, you haven't visited just because your
That's my
password, you
logic.
forgot your
That's
password,
right.
right?
That's Valdez logic for you. But yeah, you mentioned, right, it might boil down to the composition as well, especially if, you know, we're going to see T1 potentially bring out the Gecko, for
Yep.
example, or if they switch things around, which they might be liable to do, actually, you know, at this point. I wouldn't put it past them if they were to bring out
I had
something
to
new,
reset it
especially
to
since,
caveman.
You know, going into playoffs, they
Bruh.
seem like a team that does a lot of homework.
You should have made a
has the
new
strategy
account.
prepared, especially for Gen G.
Yeah, Genji's had a lot of time since we last saw them on Sunset, so they could absolutely be cooking here, trying to come up with something different. I would expect that we're going to see a texture on the Rays for sure, but after that, you could convince me of a lot of different comps for the side of Gen G. So certainly the Gecko could be in play. We're pretty certain we're going to see the Gecko, considering we saw it yesterday for T1. I don't think they've had enough time to workshop their comps to get that ready. So that does make it a lot easier to plan on B. You'll see that especially with Paper X. Right now they have the Sage in the mix as well to make it even easier. But, you know, that does kind of change the equation, the math a little bit when you have a Gecko in play.
Yeah, I mean, with one of these newer maps, it feels like, especially coming into playoffs, it would be nice for you to have something special prepared, especially for Gen G, as you mentioned, haven't had to show a lot on this map, so could be bringing in something interesting. We even saw the Neon from Talon that was mixed success.
You thought
Actually
that
didn't have any success on
He
Talon
thought
for
that
some
the
reason.
password was
In
caveman.
terms of kills, at least, the pick itself, the relay
Oh
bolts,
my
the entries
God.
were okay, but,
You should go
expect
charge
lots
your
of the
phone,
direction to go
Anu.
for that, probably just the Rays,
Boy,
but it's going to be
boy.
interesting. Definitely could be a nice
Charge
time
your
to pull out some
phone.
pocket picks if you want to do something crazy. And I don't really feel like, though, as Genji, you have to be feeling desperate. Even though you did lose that last map, I feel like just a little bit of, you know, perhaps nerves, feeling a bit cold, and it's just going to be interesting to see what they have prepared.
I'm
for
watching on my
Sunset,
PC right
Well,
now.
wait
Oh,
no
okay.
longer. As we jump into Sunset, we're going to toss it back to our casters, William and Achilles.
Yes, thank you very much. We are ready to go into this second map. Let's take a look at what we
I'm
have.
I'm both watching and playing balloons at the same time.
We can
Ooh,
tell Gen G that they don't get
balloons!
the rematch in a
I
sec,
miss
right?
him.
This,
Yeah.
we haven't
I
really
have
seen
that on
this
my
Sunset. We've seen a lot
phone.
of things on Sunset, but not this. And mainly the Jet, right? Sure, the Silvas, the KOs, yeah, that's all great. The Cypher Omen, all perfect. But the Jet, knowing that T1 uses that
I
Cypher
played a lot
lot,
of balloons
I mean,
before my phone.
Lakia's gonna have to be on point if they ever want to hit that B site.
No,
Let me
they
tell you
really
that.
do. I mean, it's widely, it's going to be on Munchkin and Lakia to try to clear out these trips. Texture, you know, not having that raise, you can't try to even just commit paint shells, blast packs.
Let's
that sort
go,
of stuff
let's
to try
go,
and
let's
destroy
go.
that Cypher utility. So, maybe the guessing game people who went for A will be correct, because we've seen how tough things can be on that B site when you try to attack it and Cypher is just holding it down. This is an interesting swap over here from the side of Gen G. Have only played this map twice in their history. We saw Raze both times
Thank
there.
you.
Granted, that was also with the Sky
True.
in play, so a very
No
different
way you
look for
just
them.
agreed.
We'll see
No
if it
way you just
delivers,
agreed to
though.
him, right?
They absolutely need this win. Gen G trying to keep themselves in this series. T1, however, in the position to maybe have a 2-0 victory and advance forward into that winner's final.
Yeah, curious to see, again, what the choice is here for the Jet specifically. The Silva KO, all of that, it all makes sense. But why the Jet
It's a 80s,
over
90s
the
model.
Raze? Unless, you know, it just might just be a comfort thing at the same time. I mean, Texture's Raze always looks fine, but the Jet's always been a bit more impactful, so to speak. So we'll see, obviously, starting on the defense. I think this part they're less worried about than
It
the
can
second
run
half, so many
Genshin.
rounds they can chain together.
Get ready for the pop flash. Sends it out. Texture able to find that first kill. Talking about re-swinging as he does still have the dash available.
Hi,
for a
PQ.
little time, but then decides to just go ahead and back away.
Because I'm watching
Does he have
VTT.
over the top? Munchkin not being spotted there, but now doesn't feel his position. Fragment's going to be sent in. Karen able to find two. Texture getting himself his second. Now it's all on Xcurate. Karen playing close. Easy target as he is down low on HP, and eventually Xcurate able to drag that
Pick
crosshair over
that
and find
shit.
elimination. Picks up the spike. No pressure from behind, so flank not going to be coming in. He gets himself into a winnable position in a 1v2.
Yeah, so Gen G, you still have the Cypher set up on A. All you have to do is make sure you stay grouped up, right? There's no reason to hunt for this. There's no reason to put yourself in a disadvantageous position. Obviously, they don't have any knowledge of mid. There's still 40 seconds. See if they have an internal timer on a potential flank all the way through the map. But for now, they're just focused on that B. And now Texture will turn his sights. Yeah, they'll start
Bro, no one's even going to
swivel
A
on a
site. What the
timer and
fuck?
see if it's a wrap all the way
I
around
think they're
mid.
just playing
But
together.
otherwise, if it's A, it'll just be a two-man retake.
Yeah, they're just playing together.
Cam is set up, can be toggled there from Meteor.
Both
So while
B,
Xcurate
both
goes in and
B, both
will most
B.
likely get this. He'll hear the cam.
Cage trigger.
Hasn't quite scanned for it just yet.
Spike planted.
There's the plant, there's the cam. Xcurate playing away from it, so.
I believe in
Spot
you,
out. He's gonna try to
Xcurate.
intercept.
I believe
Texture
in
draws on the
you.
weapon, expecting that he could be in this
Oh!
position. There's the first one.
Oh
Meteor
my god.
as well
Oh no, don't peek it.
Headshot.
Fuck that.
to be the difference maker here. Xcurate now pulling away from the angle. I
He
don't
got
think saw
one.
the
He got one.
re-peek.
He got one. 5
Worry about
bullets.
the approach from defender spawn. But time is ticking. With every second that goes by, Xcurate, the stock, it goes up.
This cam could be huge. They
Counter
both hit
cam
each
is
other.
in. Oh,
No!
dart removed. Swing
Yo!
around. Good for
Let's
it.
go!
The 3K to clutch the
Whoa! The bully
pistol. T1
clutch.
start off Sunset once again with a win.
Oh my god. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Xcurate, clean with
I
it.
love that
love
peek.
the push.
I love that peek in
all
the
the way
mid.
through. Ace short, all the way towards mid. He escapes being potentially spotted by any Cypher util. He makes sure that that's the part where he could get a 1v1. I mean, it's the only part that he can potentially get a 1v1 because they would still be running, considering that they think they're not going to be heard. It's an excellent call. And then just a Cypher duel as it comes down to an aim fight.
Back away from the 0 point, so Cam can still be in play. Side player. Try to clear that out, but oh man, what a one tap. Meteor does put him down. Marshall
Right here.
not needing to be picked up as everybody else has a bit more firepower behind them. Straight out here as Shockdart will find a decent amount of value, and Izu takes a couple shots into the shoulder there from Locky as well, so finds himself now at 50 HP.
Yeah, so this should already give a bit of information that there's probably more than they bargained for from T1.
Bro, nobody
Gen
died
G,
to a fucking
just gonna
sheriff,
try to play
right?
for the numbers. They've still got Texture watching for the rotate. Obviously, T1 not going to take any chances for that because they have the surefire information that no one
I
is actually pushed
absolutely
out.
do
So
not
this
know
should
what
be
you
with
guys are
those
talking
trap
about in
areas still
chat,
being
so
online. Skirit's still alive. He's got full armor as well. It's all going to come down to Texture. And Gen G, I mean, it's an eco. You're doing the best you can with the tools you have.
First and last line of defense here is Texture's. The orb going to be taken by Rossi. Texture pushing forward. Dash now at the ready. Gets himself behind the box here. Backside, looks for the first shot. Dashes over into the smoke. Does take a little bit of damage, but Wiley is okay. Here's that wingman cutting across, but can't quite intercept it. So
let's
play will
go.
come
Spike planted.
through. T1 with 4 players. Are looking to defend this spike.
They have a sheriff, 2
Yeah, we have
classics,
quite
and a
heavy buy
marshal.
here from T1. So Gen G, if they can take down 2 more people, they'll make sure only maybe 1 Vandal's carried over and another weapon. It's not so bad. The trap is going to be triggered on the backside, so they have to start to
Flank,
watch
flank,
their flanks.
flank!
Oh, there's the reveal. Locky with that Marshall, able to find one.
Bro,
Izu gunning down the others with that Spectre in hand. Swing out the punch,
flank!
had been noted. Ends up falling. Now it's all on Texture to see if he can deal some additional damage. And it's close.
Let's go!
Close enough to find the shot.
Hi,
While
Kate.
blind. Rossi will find the 3K as T1 move up 2-0.
You're going to carry over 3 of those rifles. So
What do you mean not
Commandos and the
paying?
Bulldog, that's a fine piece.
Auto
of
mod is
weaponry
against
here for
tag.
T1 to actually match with all 5
Auto mod
rifles.
is against everyone for some reason. Everyone. I don't know what is happening again.
Absolutely on one.
So
I'm
one
doing
thing
great.
with the Jet is, well, okay, this time they're going to commit to the push in. I was going to say one thing that we saw during the pistol that I imagine Gen G will continue to do is you can actually push out aggressively, but not
I
have to
remember
commit
being
to it like you would with
auto-modded
the
every
Raze, right?
chart
You're not
I
having to
was
commit with
sending.
something like the Raze combo, things like that. You can still set the Jet up. They still have the option to dash back towards their own site. But this time they'll invest into it. I don't mind it, because you don't really expect that too much with the Jet. So now you have full B control, but the smokes will dissipate. And that cooldown, I don't think it's going to be ready from Charon. So Texture, it's all on him. And T1, they're looking to regain control.
Here's the one holding the line. Wingman in that paranoia, helping to force him back. Rotations now coming
I'm
back
gonna go
for
play
Gen G.
Genshin Daily
Try to
Quest.
reinforce
Okay.
this site.
Have fun.
There's Excurate.
1 year and 1
Very
month,
deep
bro?
lurk.
What the hell?
Already tucked in over by Ali. Doesn't know if the rest of this position is cleared. though,
Thank
so he has to wait.
you. Thank you for following
He
for
said,
a
"I
year
can
and
get
1
you this
month. What the
close." Got
heck?
the cam to check the opposite side. We can look to try to attack this A site. And right now for T1, as far as the gamble's concerned, it is in their favor.
30 seconds left.
It's only Meteor and Lakia in position here, ready to intercept. No command coming through. Cam gonna get shut down. TP forward. Lakia
Woo!
inside of that smoke without Meteor. Gone. Lakia now on his lonesome.
Yeah, and a bit of an overextension here from Gen G. I mean, everything was set up for a retake on A. That's the standard rule on Sunset. And sure, I mean, you get null commanded, fine. You know, let the Cypher util just die out. You could have waited, but now it's a weaker retake for sure. Oh my.
God.
We're not interested in dating. Tag.
Rossi just spamming through the box, finds the kill. Side player just get taken down. Hot flash gonna be sent. Carpe reinforcing
Ooh!
Rossi's position, comes away with 2 kills. Lakia now just has to sit back here in the defender spawn, see if he can hold on to his weapon, because now he has been spotted. The flood is coming. He gets swept up in it. Is T1
Let's
drowns Gen G
go.
here in round 3, converting the bonus into a win.
I mean, Gen G, they're not even playing how they used to at the beginning of the year, right? They used to play so safe, make sure they always had numbers advantages. I mean, Meteor's just out in the open in the site, being null commanded in 0 point, and he's getting pushed out, and he just wants to hold on with no other util to back him up. Lakia, at the very least, I mean,
guys, really good communication.
fine with that. But yeah,
Really
we can
good
tell,
communication.
Carmel,
Really
we can
good.
tell visually that the comms are good.
It is showing. Whereas right now, they are severely lacking here from the side of Gen G. Things like the mid rounding, like you say.
Let's go.
Their util usage, all of that right now is just severely lacking. Looking very disjointed. It's Meteor. Looking to go
I
for a
just
bit of a
lost
peek
like
here,
20
getting towards
pounds
mid,
now. I
inside that
just want to
Marshall
know
hand, but
my
everybody
name.
gets in front of him.
I just want to
Slow
know
down
my
this
name. I
pace.
need to gain
Lakia
back the
versus
attention I
Switchback,
keep
getting
getting.
an
Is
idea of this and spots a bit more than he bargained for. Does get taken down. Fragment now finding some early damage here onto Karen as the pop flash
damn, we
gets ready
lost
to come
20
through.
pounds. The fuck?
Texture in the
That is
meantime,
crazy,
though,
though.
getting pressure. There's that approach. Does manage to find the second shot. Dashes across. Does grab that Vandal. Rifle now in play as the Thrash goes on the hunt.
Texture knows he's pinched.
Clears it. Paranoia coming down.
In a
Someone's
month?
off the cloud burst, trying to keep himself protected. And Texture somehow comes away with those 2 kills. Gives them now a man advantage, but weaponry.
Wait, you
still
just
here in the
haven't been
hands of
eating
T1.
properly.
Paranoia's
Launch to
gonna
delay, tap on the spike, forces Meteor back. 2 Sheriffs and a Marshal to try to pull off yet another Thrifty as there is the Thrash back into play, the dive forward. Clear
Oh,
swings on the corner.
good
Will be able to help
old
rescue the round.
bro.
The Thrash
Let's
absolutely
go.
perfect. Detains both members
What the
on the
hell?
site. That explosion radius just wide
They're-
enough.
Okay, I'm not gonna say
And
anything
he's just gonna be
because
able
I
to swing
feel
on
like
it
I'm
now,
gonna jinx
6
it.
and 1 himself. Rare that we see a controller with no assists in all the kills, but it's working out for T1. I mean, Texture, he does what he can. But he didn't really account for that second Thrash. I
Hi,
mean, he didn't
Axe.
have
Good
the weaponry to stop it
morning.
either
Not
way.
me going to bed at
And
5:15
that's rough.
a.m.
And
What the
now,
fuck?
back on a bye, you have the operator.
Why?
All right? I mean, you got a jet,
What
you
is
got an
this
operator.
sleep schedule?
If you can't make something work on this round,
I'm eating properly,
Gen G,
just walking
this
to
comp
work and
has to be
home,
thrown right
and
back
the
in
heat makes
bin.
you want to lose weight.
Because we haven't really
Shit.
seen any advantages that this agent composition brings for Gen G's defense.
Work is like close to
over
you?
what T1 has to show on the attack.
You're close to work?
T1 now targeting market. They targeted top mid earlier. Really using the map wide, but Meteor is only good for 1.
Let's find the one. At least is able to equalize the count. As
Whoa!
Body is back.
Whoa!
Quick 3K looking for the 4. He puts
Bro.
Bro. Down to 30. As he once again
Leaving you
comes alive.
topped up because Val
the
is
team
live.
Most certainly
Thank
needs
you,
it.
I appreciate
What
it,
a
Axe.
hold. As Gen G
Thank you
will
so
get themselves on the board
much.
there in round 5.
This for
I feel like 90% of Munchkin's
work is 5
highlights are
minutes
3K
walk.
holds on the defense.
And they're just so quick.
Yes.
I need this.
It is very impressive.
Like, good lord.
Oh, goodness. I mean, almost gets the 4th. But the matter
Ew.
still holds that they're scraping by with the skin of their teeth, right? It's
Oh,
heroics
yeah.
that are keeping them in the game,
Standing ahead.
but T1's not going to feel too bothered by it.
Saya pinged, null command coming through. Dizzy connects there on the Lakia. T1 will just back away. So this bit of util for the Gecko. Going to be left on the floor. Saya player seeking his way back across now through mid.
Now he's
Texture
upping me
holding.
and B,
This is
bruh.
kind of what he wants, for them to be ushered over towards him with that AWP in hand. Wingman expiring.
Flash it, flash it, flash it, flash it.
Now Dizzy to try to clear the angle. Smoke down, but now Dash. Expired. This becomes all the riskier for Texture to try to hold this position.
He's gonna back out on the
Flash.
timer, but here's the thing, T1, they have the choice to rotate back if they want it, right? They drew out the null command, so you know the retake's going to be weaker than originally planned on A. So you've got a couple options. You're hearing the door being closed as well. Not in a position to rotate, but they do have mid control.
Orb's taken. Saya, he's got a showstopper.
Fuck.
They decide to go ahead and pull the trigger on that one in this round. So there's the flash. First
Pew,
shot, sets
pew.
out. They do interrupt that one. Good timing as knives come here
Oh.
from Texture. He's able to find Rossi. Looks for a little bit more. Meteor takes down the enemy Raze. Pink's coming through. Meteor
Ah!
on there.
No.
There's Texture
No.
still within his own
Let's
hands.
go.
Trying to close it out.
1-5. Let's go.
There's
Oh my
Izu
God.
and Execute will be left standing. They will once again
Holy
deny
shit.
Gen G from stringing together 2 rounds consecutively. It's just the 1 found so far.
Yeah, and that's with an amazing 3K from the IGL himself. Those are the only 3 kills Munchkin's gotten so far. I mean, that about sums up this map so far, maybe even this match. But overall,
Axe,
this execution
why
on
is
the
your
site, they
sleep
almost
schedule
play it
fucked
as if they
up?
had a siege, right? They saved both smokes, and it's just going to be used
I love it just like,
to
oh,
cut up the map in half. Make sure that they
I'm
just
sleeping
have
at 5
a
a.m.
single line of
Nice.
sight towards market that they have to worry about. Makes things a lot easier despite the flying jet. And now it's a fast hit Munchkin.
Oh, great
Does he
with
do
the
it
shot.
again?
You should
Finds
move
someone in the
to
corner. He does
you
look
should
at
move
the
to
corner,
Asia.
passes it up to find Rossi. Execute, however, replies with 2 kills of his own. Munchkin, Lakia, both going to be taken down. Just waits, playing patiently. There's the reveal. Karon noted. It's still able to find 1 before falling. Keeping things at
Dude,
this
I just stay
2v2.
up until my body says
Gen
bedtime.
G now have to reaggress their way into the site. Spike planted.
I think
The
if you
Thrash
travel
back
to
in play
Asia,
already.
you don't
Harvey's
need to
having a
adjust
hell
your
of a
sleep
day so
schedule.
far.
You won't get a jet lag.
Yeah, and they realize that they're not over by Alley. So now Crosshair's trained.
And on the angle, Texture, trying to go for something a little bit cheekier and just ends up falling the double face around the corner.
Oh, they're
As
so
Meteor will
good.
get picked off. 6-1 now. T1 scrappy, but still winning the rounds.
Yeah, I mean, they're still holding the advantage every time as well. And like you said, a big part of it is those ult rotations coming through. I mean, the showstopper earlier.
It's a
helped clear out the
win-win,
entrance
better
into the
schedule
site.
and better
This time it's gonna be the Euro theft now
plays.
into the Thrash. That gives them knowledge that it has to be
Move
a wraparound,
to
or at least it's very
Singapore.
likely.
I
They have-
fired up.
No, not singing anymore. He knows it's close.
Close to being over. Just about halfway there on this map. Authority, the first one in their back pocket. T1 gotta be feeling good about their odds right now. Texture thinking about going to the peak. Does so. Finds the
Bruh,
punch
he
there
got
on
one.
the Rossi. Scarpe gets a bit of damage. Ripping his way across. Solid early pick found here for Gen G.
The 0 point from afar. That's good support, and that makes it a little trickier for T1 to figure out exactly how many.
Apps,
might be on B.
how,
Obviously,
what
has
time
passed,
do
so
you
we
wake
can't
up though?
really
Like
account for
afternoon?
anything.
Because
Well,
I've
yeah,
tried
it's a
that.
decent
I
plan
slept
to
at like
build a
9 a.m. and I
set
woke
to
up
their
at like
man for
6
alert.
p.m. I just felt so bad. I don't know. For me, it just wasted my time.
See out. Texture clipped by that.
It just felt like it.
Smoke there to cut off Boba as blast pack entry.
Bro, no one checks their corners.
Player, an easy target. Gets taken down extra at dead as well, but Scarpe looks to break over the side a bit, but Meteor will be able to say no. Finds the last two players. Gen G will get themselves a second round win on the board.
And this was what the first round, quite frankly, that we saw Gen G play to their strengths, right? With their default.
Wait,
with
you're
the ability
EU
to go
player?
for these
Me?
lineup
No, I'm not
supports with the solo
EU.
and KO, make things a little
I'll
trickier
wake
for
up
T1
at
to
like
read, right?
11,
How many
12
people are
a.m.?
exactly in there? Because
Not
you look
bad.
at T1's comp,
But like
they have the
5
0 point,
a.m.?
but that's the only way you're getting
5
really
a.m.
hard
too.
information. Obviously, Dizzy a little bit easier to navigate around as the opponents. So
Ew.
forces T1 to
That was
have
so
to go for
disgusting,
contact
bro.
a bit more. I think Xcure does his best by pressuring mid, but Gen G, they're able to keep the spread nice and even. But it all starts with that op.
This time, yeah. Noting it nice and early. Still wanting to push into the site though as spray through. Decent damage. No, not really even any found. Looked like he had the lineup, but just can't quite get those connections. Texture, however, will make that shot connect on the Saya player as
Dude,
while he does
Gen
fall, the
G
rest of the team are able to just go
Meteor
ahead and
is
mow
so
them
good
down
at
as they
holding
try and push out here onto the
site.
site.
And right,
That
it's
is going
like
to be
damn days over if
first
I
consecutive
sleep past
round
1
wins here for
p.m. Yeah,
Gen G.
same. That's what I feel
They
as
have been
well.
whittling away
That's
because
what
the
like
rounds haven't
even
been
though I
clean for
don't
T1
sleep,
at that bank.
like
So
that's why I
Meteor's
try
not
my
in
best to
great
not sleep.
position.
Of course, yes, the dash
And
is
then
the
just
nature
sleep
of it,
by
more
like
of a Meteor's there to
afternoon or like
trade.
nighttime.
Gen G,
You know.
much earlier adaptations than we saw over on Ascent in that first map. So they're in a better position to try to stabilize, and then they'll be able to take the initiative on the attack. Now T1 trying to pick up the tempo again, but this time on the A side. And Gen G, they're just gonna leave it open. I mean, they see the no command. They're just keeping everybody far away. As long as they don't make that same mistake, which is trying to fill it with 1 or 2 people again, they should be okay.
Just Fury from Lockheed to try to intercept here and slow things up. Meteor able to find X-Curate. Neural Theft now invested. There's the reveal. Izu going to be noted up on top of the box. Meteor creeps in. Avoids that paranoia. Just stays tucked behind the boxes. Swing out Rossi.
Bro.
Very ratty. Meteor comes away with the kills. As the cleanup off the back of that will be swift. Flawless here from Gen G. 3 rounds consecutively. Seemingly, this theme is being
Who are
generated.
you
They're
rooting
starting to warm
for?
up.
I
Yeah,
am
I
rooting
mean,
for
listen, they're going
T1.
positive. That's not something we could have said
How
in the
about
first
you?
half on Ascent.
I'm
So
rooting for
they're
T1.
feeling a lot better, but the positioning is better. The reads are good. The Huntress Fury, I love it. Being preemptively used at range, so he's not in danger. Being swarmed by that KO, and that allows Meteor to now get planted in, right? If you do something like that, fine. Filling it back with 1 person, I like it because you've already
Yeah, there's
eliminated
balloons
one
for
angle.
phone.
You know, one of the earlier rounds, it didn't look
I
as
had
clean,
one
but
before.
now they forced out the timeout finally. From
There's
T1.
First one
balloons.
of the series. First of the map.
I played balloons.
T1
I remember
wanting
it
as many
clearly.
advantages here on this attacker side as they could possibly get, being up to 6. Already a decent position, but wanting to find quite a bit more.
Obviously 2 rounds in a row, going for the speedy hits, one side at a time. Kind of just going for a bit of a Hail Mary at that point. So T1, the adjustments has to be a bit more unique.
I like T1 better
Something
than
they
Gen
can do,
G
obviously,
and
with the utility they have,
Blue.
with the composition they have, is try to scout out that Cypher a bit earlier. try to force that util out of place, make sure that the default is disrupted. Because right now, I don't know if T1 would have identified this from their own POVs, but it's been a very evenly spread out 2-1-2 at the start of every round for Gen G in the past couple.
Gen G going to be fine cash-wise for these final rounds. T1 needing to try to find some stability for that fourth and final of the half.
On the push out from Gen G, I love the adaptation off the timeout.
It's similar to what we saw in that last round, to be honest. They just heard, I think, a lot more presence over at A that really encouraged this, but similar fan out, taking some space here. Just trying to get as much information as they possibly can. 3 ults available at the moment here for the side of T1. Extra, just 2 away from that next neural theft. So a good amount of tools for them to work with.
The biggest thing about this is the Thrash and the null command aren't going to find as much value, right? I mean, sure, Meteor is in range of a null command, so he might have to back out and let go, but that cam is used for the retake for sure on that elbow position. Even getting an early read with that drone.
Shock start to clear it out. Texture now playing forward. Dizzy sent, null command used.
Ew.
Goes in. Rossi gonna be put down on the floor. Lakia finding one, now gonna be blinded up by the paranoid. Tries to backpedal, the res comes through, but Texture managing to find Izu. Can't quite send the aim to find another.
Down A.
The dust settles. It is just Extra left standing versus 3. Gen G
Whoa.
trying to take away the value from those timeouts, and they have. And now are within touching distance, 5 to 6.
Last
As they
round
look to
before
have
the
an
switch.
evened up half.
So Gen G, this is a slight adjustment from their old style, right? Rather than over-rotating based on information and utility, they try to get a read in, and if it's not a rush, then you have to be stacking, but they had already taken B main control. You can see on the mini-map here on their own player cams that Munchkin's holding onto it deep in. So you know that that has to be a prep.
Bruh.
So the operator's there, but you imagine if it's a null command, he can't dash out. So then there's backup in Lakia to go for the trade. He can just run away. It's a good setup. Instead of going and letting them have a free sight, you're able to shut it down nice and early.
Again, here's that mid-presence. Something that they haven't necessarily been noting on the side of T1.
Yay!
They are feeling it as they caught
No!
the read completely wrong.
Bro,
Gen G
they're gonna
strike,
put
and
map
they strike swiftly.
3.
Carpe now, last
Bro,
man
why are they
standing.
trolling? Why are they
Fine.
trolling? They have
Single
this
kill.
phase, bro. I'm so
Flawless
annoyed.
round to end out what was a flawless second half of the first half, I should say, for Gen G, tying us now up.
Bro, they're acting
6-6
like bots, bro.
after 5
I know
rounds
they got this
consecutively
inside them.
won.
Yeah, 5 rounds
They're
in
just,
a row.
you know-
That's how you know that the reads started to come through for Gen G. And you can tell it on the minimap as well. I mean, like we just mentioned in the past couple rounds, going for that mid push out and recognizing that because they weren't spotted, they can keep doing it. And I love the fact that Texture always had that support from Lakia. He's always got someone to trade, so he can just be the bait after the first kill. Overall, good setups. They started to utilize their composition. And I'm not still quite sold on it that it's objectively stronger than some of the Raze comps or Neon comps that we've seen. But they'll work its magic, and now we'll see what they prepped on the attacking side.
This is where it's for all the marbles. I mean, so far T1, 2-1 as far as the pistol round wins in the series are concerned. If they can go ahead and further extend that lead away from Gen G. Be a solid start, try to get that breakaway, try to get the lead back under their feet, get that wind in their sails. Try to close things out with this 2-0. We've seen
I
what
believe,
Gen G
guys.
can
It's still
do when they
winnable.
start to
Okay.
warm up.
No, there's no map
Really start to
3.
get
I want
activated.
T1 to win.
Yeah,
I want them
Greece
to
is
go
going
for
be something you have to
VCT.
do at all costs if you're
Ma
T1.
Shanghai.
Yeah, I mean, while T1 had great prep and great execution on Ascent, we'd be lying if we didn't say Gen G looked a little off individually at the beginning of that map. So now, seemingly, both teams back in their prime condition. On the attack, we got 3 ghosts
I
on the side of
believe,
Gen
but
G.
like they just play like
All
bots
eyes
right now.
trained
They
on
don't
mid.
check their
Obviously, a little bit
corners.
easier to
Like
take at the start of the
I
round
don't
for
get
the
it. They've
attackers
been
with
doing
just the
this.
angles that you
That's
can
why
hold.
That's why Gen
creating
G
the
won
crossfire
like
a
a
bit
couple of
easier.
rounds earlier. In Ascent, because they kept throwing. They just don't check
Now this
everything.
Jet does on the attack now. Recon sent to up mid to try to check. Exit
Like the
back
last
around
round they
the corner,
had,
however, not gonna be
like the
spotted.
13,
As
the
Texture takes
13th
very
round.
far
It was
forward
like
presence. Easy trying to hold the door there at Market. Is going to be taken down. Asaya player is able to pick up 2 before falling to Lakia's hand, but then Meteor intercepting Rossi as he tries to get out to safety.
Yeah, Meteor coming in quietly through main allows him to still hold on to the site, so they don't have to worry about that right side by Boba. will actually clean it up for them. So now a 3v2 should be a pretty easy hold for Gen G. T1, their best option might just be to creep forward.
Execute was able to win it in that 1v3 last time. Why not a 2v3? Tag up there on Alakia and Texture. Clear on the wingman does make this a hell of a lot more difficult for the defenders. Dizzy sent cleared, swing in extra, eating quite a bit of damage. Texture finds the headshot. Carpe finding one, but is running out of time. 5 bullets left here in the
bullets.
match. So he waits to see if anyone's going to come peek him first.
No, no, bro, no. It was 0-4 before. It was 0-4 before, and now 7-6.
You take mid control early.
What the hell?
Paranoia, and then you'll send the drone in to
Are
check
they
how many
doing?
there are. They don't really account for Saya. He creeps in by the stairs afterwards, so it's a good attempt from T1 on the trades. But it's just too many. And of course, Gen G, they've always been known for the good trading. That's how they were able to best Paper X at kickoff. And they'll be able to carry through. The smiles are returning. So he's finally happy with that pistol win.
It's begun.
Yeah, so happy.
That personality starting to show a little bit more as Execute. Just straight up spotted there on the site. Does drift away. Doesn't take any damage.
3 rifles spot up for Gen G. So they're looking to match the buy going into the 3rd round of the half. They can still drop 2. They'd still have the credits banked up. Of course, full armors for a couple members as well. So really trying to snowball any advantages they can get.
Heavy stack though. I mean, everybody from T1 hovering on this side of the map. Side player now starting to work his way over towards Marco, but he's going to shut the door rather than go for a peek. And I think overall, Gen G say, well, thank you very much. We're going to keep inching our way over towards A, where things have been very quiet overall.
Yeah, so, you know, you imagine from T1's perspective, all right, no audio, no info. I'm just going to close the door, force him to come back into B because it makes it seem like A is the heavier stack. But Gen G, they'll just go for a slow creep to clear.
Texture lingering in this position.
What are they doing right now?
Potentially worrisome, though, as he does have the Phantom, but he's starting to back away rather than advance forward into the side.
T1 is saving.
Heard the toggle there on that camera, knowing that he's not going to catch a big lurk time.
The hell, they have full control on A. I mean, they don't even have guns.
All the way forward, but it's 3 players getting ready to swing here into that.
Oh, you got 2?
And always giving over.
What the hell?
The most ideal scenario, Munchkin.
No way, dude got 2.
Execute now.
What the
fuck?
fuck?
He's just trying to get in a position to die to the spike. Going to prove to be difficult. Lakia will get dropped, but those are just the pistol members taken down now on the side of Gen G. This is where real damage could be dealt if they're able to get rid of some of these rifles.
No!
He still will remain standing as Gen G close out the anti-eco.
I mean, a very clean round. The only thing Gen G could have wished more is that the kills went over to someone else that would have had an impact ultimate, but otherwise, you only dropped the 2 pistols. Still able to carry over the 3 rifles. Now you buy up 2 more. So you're matching rifle for rifle into the buy round. Huge 2K for Meteor. Now you can see the calm aim returning to some of these players.
No.
Meteor and Munchkin.
Nice there.
That means nice.
It does, in 2 different tones as well. Really made it known.
Made the force Meteor back away. Tripwire as well, taken down.
Bro, I'm rooting
That's a
for
lot
them,
of
bro.
investment. I mean, you know that's 2-3 people over by the B side. It should be a fast hit onto A.
Already working their way around through elbow now. Izu look to try to hold this. Paranoia at the ready, but it's waiting for any kind of information, any kind of noise that gets made.
Yeah, and the no noise is so good from Gen G. They don't want to take the risk of someone popping out of that smoke. They're now already in position to catch it off guard.
Side player, depending on his approach, might actually be able to get the interception there onto Meteor as he creeps his way up the mid. In the meantime, though, Izu able to find Texture, takes one down. Fragment does clear out Execute, but Carpe finds Lakia. Things look a little bit.
What the fuck?
The man's full blind. He's backpedaling with a bulldog, and he just guns down 2.
What?
And now he's got backup. They're all around the site. Izu finally clears it.
Saya getting that catch.
Get it.
Oh! He's been
The crosshair is... Bro!
I'm an excellent fisherman.
I am so mad right now. I am so mad right now. What is this bot?
They convert and they
What the
now
fuck?
are very firmly in the lead.
Wow.
Whoa!
I mean, that
Lock it
spray
in.
with the bulldog,
Lock
like
it
you said,
in.
backpedaling as well, and he just holds it. Eyes up on the mini map.
He's
Make
not
sure
even
he's
surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
He hit the
No
head.
action from Karen. He's just like, yeah, the job's not done. Round's still going.
I mean, there's something about Karon that's always been, you know, somewhat charming for a lot of people, and the fact that, yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem like a rookie at all, right? He seems like he's been playing for years. He's had so many clutches under his belt, but it's only his first year in VCT, let alone even in Challengers. He's never made it to the main stage. Went through the qualifiers once, didn't get very far.
Shoo, 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 shoo.
Full share of investment here from T1, a showstopper if they can start working things to their advantage. As the suppression does come through, spotting out 2. Flash in, looks to just go ahead and force them away.
Trying to keep the far angle as well. Make sure that you keep your weapons advantage. It is just 5 shirts on the other side. However, showstopper online, so T1 are able to get a numbers advantage. Wouldn't put it past him.
Xcurit trying to creep forward, does end up falling, and that's going to draw an immense amount of attention here. Everybody from T1 now starting to shift, but so too is T1. Spike is being brought back across. Xcurit gets himself into a deep position, but then does fall, and that says, okay, nope, shift the Spike right back over to A. Meteor's in deep enough, clears the way. The weapon can be recovered.
Yeah, you are just going to have to give up that Phantom. You're already taking that risk when you planted
30
the
seconds left.
you know, the jet in there, or the texture.
T1,
There is only one of
T1, T1.
But overall, I mean, sure, you give a weapon over, but Gen G, they were playing for absolute guarantee that they could get the
Why
spike down and
is
still have a
there?
numbers
Why is
advantage, and still
Lakia
have
so
Lakia
far off
back,
in watching flank?
watching
What the
for
fuck?
flank, 'cause you know that you have the weapons
They even have a
advantage over here on the
Cypher.
front.
That is crazy. He's gonna die.
Uh,
Yeah.
Anticipating it would seem, but so too is Lakia.
Bunch of Fury online now.
Finds it. Rossi does get Meteor. Push up though. Munchkin striking down one, striking down the other.
GG,
Just
bro.
been so quick
GG.
and clean with these headshots here throughout the series. As Munchkin, Gen G
GG.
now
Map
up to 10.
3.
9 rounds in a row from the first half, continuing in. Gen G, the flow is good, and now they've got
And the
their
ult
pick of
economy is
ultimates.
there.
G-Joys,
Yeah,
guys.
Not too far behind us
My
in that
team
regard.
is trolling.
Collectively about 4 charges, and they would have all 5 ults available to themselves. But right now, I mean, they need a bone, and Gen G, they're not throwing them one.
See if the Thrash comes out early, but not in a position to do so from Carpe. So the thing is T1, they've been waiting, assuming that with a composition like this, that you're going to use util early to signify where you are. And in the first couple rounds of this half, Gen G hasn't. And in the last one, they used it, but they still went for a fake over to B. So T1 just doesn't have any information to get the read on what is Gen G's tendencies right now here on the Sunset. And now they just go back to cutting audio. I mean, this makes it so difficult for T1 to have the right reactions.
Love to see the cam set up there from Xcurit, because it seems like Meteor getting into position, not spotted. Snell command now coming through. Dark trying to quick clear on the corner. Texture being elusive, not giving line of sight over despite the pings. Meteor now approaching in from
Bro,
Dark,
he
and
got-
strikes
he
when
got-
Cyan
oh
least
no.
suspects it. Neural
He got
gets down,
Saya.
sent. Everybody going to be spotted, and Meteor just looks to reposition, gets himself the hell out of market. Hunter's Fury now coming through, swing onto the corner. Rossi going to be taken down.
Bro.
Fury's still going to cross. Izu taken out before the TP can come through. Quick toggle on the camera.
Bro.
Corner Meteor trying to clear out Carpe. Drag across.
Nice, nice.
Going to be a little bit snappier there, but as soon as I say that, the last 2 players from T1 will fall. Gen G, now 10 in a row. It's 11-6.
And this is the Gen G that everyone around the world praised early on. I mean, look at the timing there for Meteor. The fact that you have someone so reliable on the lurk, sure, he eventually goes down, but then everyone else, the angles they're holding, it's perfect. And quite frankly, I mean, Texture staying alive for criminally too long after he goes through that trap wire. Lucky, I think, actually steps through it again before Gen G finally clears it. But it doesn't matter. I mean, he uses everything in his arsenal to stay alive. That's what mattered here for Gen G.
It's just excellent timing from Meteor, getting himself into position there in mid, unspotted. And then as soon as that side attack comes in,
Did everyone
expecting to
lose
have
and the
that
power
presence
got
in
cut?
market, says,
No.
okay, attention should be tied away from me. Goes in, and Saya player
What do you
was none the wiser.
mean?
Yeah, I like that he doesn't try to go for a pinch either. Like you said, he waits until you're absolutely certain that all attention has to be drawn because no one was taken out. The main force was too strong.
My power's cut.
And if he does go down at that point, of course, his teammates still ready to swarm into market. So T1, I mean, the most information they have right now is, again, that audio's been cut. It's been cut every time that Gen G's been successful, except for that one fake over to B. So ideally, you would want to get early information. You would want to push out, but unfortunately, you don't have the weaponry to do so. You even have a Thrash and a Showstopper to do it.
How did Genji
But that
win?
seems like an
Oh,
overinvestment
T1
without the
was
weaponry to
trolling,
back
that's
it up.
why.
Well, basically from this
Reaction
point, there's
time
no such thing
diff.
as an overinvestment. If you want this 2-0, you have to start running it back right now. One more round win.
Bro,
change,
they
you
were
will
like
be
0
guaranteed
and
that
4, and
overtime.
now it's like 11-6. They're stuck at 6.
2-0.
They're barely winning.
You need to throw everything in the
They
kitchen
can't even
sink
hold or retake a
at
site.
GG to try to come up with these wins.
I'm annoyed.
So Gen G this time just using a little bit of early info, but in positions that can't really give the read, right? It's all centered somewhere around bottom mid. Just clearing out main control. Just waiting to see, does T1 have information or not? So the only thing that T1 really has is a main with that one way, and Gen G knows that. They can still play with time a little bit. They could still cut audio. They could still fish for more reactions.
Susanti buff in 5 seconds.
Saya just sat within the smoke now. Spotted. Does look to reposition. Just wrapping back around over in towards mid. Excrit with a fantastic headshot though. Does take down Texture. The neural theft now being sent out. Things revealed. Thrash coming through. Excrit snappy with it. Finds himself another shot as the Tame comes in. Munchkin able to find one. A Showstopper into the corner. Will take him out. And now it is all
Let's
on. Previously noted
go.
over in mid. Wraps around now into B main. In a 1v4. I believe the noise was just made there as he did jump. Swing around into the back. Does find the first.
2 million updates for Minecraft. Bro, you actually
do
jinxed it.
What
Susanti
Mind
buff.
Freak has done before him in this very same position. Seems like
10
the answer is going to be no. Thrash once again going to be sent. 9 seconds now left. As Meteor says, well, at least I could try to play to take some weapons out of your hands, I suppose. He won't even be able to do that. Saya will find it. It's going to be a thrifty for T1 to break this monstrous win streak from Gen G.
Yeah, and a crucial round to do it on because map point not given over just yet for Gen G. So you use everything in your arsenal. It all starts with a clean peek out from Obscured, but then the backup's immediate. The Thrash to make sure that you're clearing one side, Obscured still peeking around the other. And sure, Meteor gets tagged, but they just don't worry about him. They say if we can clear out this force, then we have the numbers advantage against just one guy. And T1 knows how to set their eyes, and now the operator in Saya's hand. This was an absolute thorn for Gen G on Ascent. See if they can get by it this time.
Texture working his way forward. So there's the swing out. Side player getting the angle, getting the kill. Texture taken down. Null Command invested here. As Rossi just looks to stave them off, and that will reroute Gen G for now.
Oh, the positioning's a little too good for Obscured. Yeah, that's hard to read for Meteor. Doesn't exactly check both sides either. So that's a shutdown. Obscured now. He's still got the trips to work off of. One gets cleared.
The other one's over in market, and there's no approach from Gen G on that side. Not spotting much there. Excurate does manage to find Lockett before getting taken down. So overall, still not too bad here for T1, giving the man advantage. 4-2.
Is Karon considering going all the way around? Because that would be an absolute curveball. If
He hears
Munchkin
the
can stay
footsteps.
alive.
There's Izu. He's going to get caught.
Player standing.
Hands down, but Carpe counter swing into market. Does manage to find him over in mid. Now Munchkin, he's been so damn clutch. But surely this is too much to ask of him. The 1v3 as the wingman leads the charge. Gets cleared out. They confirm his position over in main. One flash, a fragment available here from Rossi. The paint shields as well. They can just split the difference. They need the Mosh being invested here. He still holds his ground. Baits out the off shot. Pop flash coming through. Pulls back off the angle, but the punish not going to be found. Now the fragment in, but not deep enough. But as he tries to get himself an angle, Rossi will be able to find the headshot. Narrow margins, but T1, they hold on.
Oh, I absolutely held my breath when he survived that mosh. I mean, I thought that might have been another crazy 3K in the making. But this time, good cash with the operator and a good adjustment from Obscured as well to hold that flank. They just empty mid, or they just empty B for a retake. T1 starting to get the better read. Rather than trying to play a widespread default like Gen G did, they understand if Gen G's going to constantly cut audio, try to play the numbers game, they also have to start to
But I do really miss playing on it, so I need to start playing. Go play, go play. He's munching on bubblegum, I think. Bubblegum.
Not going to have time to pick up Dizzy either. Okay, he'll go back. That's refreshed.
Quick clear, but a lot. Space taken here. That smoke, not catching Saya, but he splits the difference between Munchkin and Texture. Kill not yet found.
Bubblegum.
Noted. Carpe pulling back
Guys,
away.
you got this, guys.
Space has to be given up.
I'm gonna
About
start
to
playing
5v5.
Power World soon.
The attempt
Oh,
to
really?
retake here from T1, trying to deny Gen G from getting themselves up to match point. The null command starts things off from Munchkin.
Ooh, there's a new update on Power World, they said.
Just charge through.
Carpe puts Munchkin down. Spamming across, finds one, but Meteor holding here at elbow. Strikes down to Izu. Looks for a little bit more, and it finds
Oh
it.
my god.
There's an advantage here as Lakia catches Saya player.
Right here.
Unawares on the approach. Recon at the ready. The Dizzy over the top. The defuse being started. Texture dashing his way in, trying to catch some with Util in hand, and he will.
No,
Which gives
guys.
his life, but Karen to find the 2K on the back end as Gen G.
This is map
They will get themselves
3.
now up to map point.
A much more comfortable position, but not quite over just yet. Obviously, T1, they close the gap all the way up to 4. So Gen G can't rest on their laurels. Meteor now 20 and 14, though. Absolutely impactful on that lurk. It's been ever so precious for Gen G. Even here, really crucial 2K. Because you always got to account for that wingman, right? I mean, they're not going to have to risk one person going down in a fight. They'll always be able to match the numbers on the side of T1.
Well, they watch the Zeta game. They know to count the wingman. As now T1 trying to get aggressive outside of A, leaving Excurate, the IGL, alone here on this B side of the map. Cage sent.
Cage triggered.
Got one pop now. So he looks to try to slow up the approach. The rest of the team now getting their way out over towards mid.
Now, this is a very stressful position for Excure because he's trying to hold on to Bobo, but he has to worry about Market as well.
And he needs to come away with a kill to try to get this neural theft out. That's the big thing, but he has to wait for the rest of the squad. Lakia watching behind. Cypher Cam as well as a trap.
No, they didn't know. What the hell?
So Lakia should have an advantage.
Look at the Excurate, bro.
Points
No.
Dizzy over the top. Meteor in the meantime able to find Excurate. The neural theft not going to be coming into play here in this round. The rest of T1 now needing to try to clutch us out. Lakia pulls back. There's a reveal. Swings out. Carpe strikes him down. Evens the odds as Isu strikes at Market. Even in a 3v3. Full flash there on a Munchkin, tucks back into the corner, but as he re-peeks, finds side player stranded and all alone. Carpe and Rossi now the last one standing. Now it's just Carpe, the former IGL. He cannot get it done. 3 members left standing, 13-8. Gen G reply with a map win of their own. They take us the distance. They take us to Breeze.
Oh, Gen G looking so much better, and they absolutely proved what they prepped with that composition, right? On defense, in that second quarter, they go for a lot of that long-range support defaults, and on the attack, they start
Bro,
to
map
once
3.
again. It throws T1 for an absolute
GG, guys.
They've never had to face this team with that composition, but we'll throw it over to the desk to break down the action further before we return with a map 3.
GG.
Well, we did talk about Gen G potentially coming in at cold, but now it seems like they're all warmed up, especially since all of that coordination that we saw on Sunset. That was what we were looking for. Even in map 1, this could be them for the series.
Yeah, no doubt. This looked like once they got their heads on straight, they started playing for trades a bit more. They were changing up how they were messing with the executes of T1, things like that. Like, really just completely changed the dynamic of this. Obviously, they ran 9 rounds together or whatever in a row it was, 10 rounds. So clearly they found their stride. T1 just was struggling to find answers. It is challenging on this map, especially on the attacker's side sometimes, to get stuff done. So yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with what they did. I liked the comp change. I like keeping Munchkin on the KO. He's really, really confident on that agent. You can see it on the Ascent. You can see it here. So everything looking like we're trending in Gen G's direction now.
Yeah, some of it did just come down to, you know, aim diff sometimes. I mean, Gen G were playing really, really well after it got to 6-1 against them, right? As you mentioned, after that, you can see at the bottom that giant win streak of 10 rounds in a row was really the difference maker in this one. And then 14-7 first kills is pretty huge as well. Just in general, I think T1 kind of got lost a little bit halfway through. Maybe they got a little bit ahead of themselves when they were beginning to dominate at the beginning of the map. And they said, okay, we're better than these guys. We're going to beat them down. We're going to take the 2-0. We're going to impress everybody. We're going to get the big upset. And then Gen G were like, we're Gen G. We're going to wake up and we're going to play our game. And they looked much better here on the ending, you know, 2/3 of this map. So it's kind of scary now for T1 because Gen G definitely look like they're finally back in form.
I feel like T1, you know, after some point, we lost a lot of the coordination that we saw in the first map. There were a lot of very big individual plays. You know, you saw Xrid with the lurks. He would, you know, usually get, you know, maybe 2 kills or something, but it wasn't enough to really overcome the teamwork that Gen.G was putting in, especially, you know, when they would go all in together. I felt that that was what was missing towards the later half of the map.
Yeah, I fully agree, and I think it didn't seem like they were really able to like set up Saya player successfully. He was really struggling on this map, whereas Texture was thriving on the Jet. A big part of that is obviously getting the op into Texture's hands as well, whereas you didn't really get to see much of that with Saya player. So things like that can make a big difference, but you're absolutely right. It was a coordination dip for sure. There was some really good individual moments from Gen.G as well, but the way they were playing off of each other, everybody was kind of, you know, peeking. There'd be somebody else there. You know, you'd see them double jump peek to break an op angle of Saya players, things like that were happening that were really well thought out. It seems like this happens a lot where players just kind of like, they're like, oh yeah, this is our game plan. Let's get back to it and let's get back into this match.
And it just boils down to the comfort level for Gen.G, right? Now we know that, you know, this team, again, did kickoff, did Masters Madrid. They've been having a lot of practice. And, of course, they've come in, you know, with a lot of preparation behind them. For T1, though, coming off of, like, less than 24 hours to prepare for this match. And then, you know, there is the IGL change as well. As Data mentioned earlier, this could be something that they're still adapting because there's so many layers to unpack. So, understandably, when the pressure gets, you know, intense, when they're trying to close out a series, it's understandable that maybe they'll fall back just a little bit. But, like, you know, you see, for example, how many, you know, crucial kills Munchkin got because, like, he was so effective with utility. That kind of thing wouldn't be effective if the team wasn't working so well together.
Yeah, I mean, Munchkin having a huge map. Meteor also with the 7 first kills. So, again, Gen.G, it really did feel like they just kind of woke up halfway through and their coordination was fantastic. So, really got to hand it to them. This is going to be scary going into Breeze. I think for T1, they had it, and now it feels like they kind of lost it towards the end. They were starting to build back some rounds, but not quite enough.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like it was enough. I don't think there were enough spike plants on B, for example. That was something that was
yeah, viewers.
This was
yeah,
not going so good.
It
for
was
us,
like,
Mika.
you know, by round 5, we were like, yeah, no,
it's just over.
No, it's over. It's over. It's just B for Valorant at this point, but it is not B for victory.
B for bad.
So we're gonna go over to our B for board over here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put myself down in gold over here. Me and Victoria
Put
over
those
here.
viewers
We're
up.
chilling. We're chilling.
The viewers, they got it right.
The viewers did get it right, so they're gonna join you here very briefly on Diamond. They're gonna move over to Ascendant.
No, I go down.
Oh, you go down.
D.
Oh, wait, that's right.
Yeah,
no. It was your meta.
Yeah.
It was your meta. That's right.
Maybe you can bump my head on the ceiling again.
Question mark?
Again?
What happens? We still don't have an answer here. Steve, help me out.
I feel like no matter
this is
what.
Twice already.
I think no matter what, you get the prize.
He can go around. He can do it
I'm
again.
just not allowed to go down.
He can
I
do it
just
again. Run
have
again.
gone up too much, yeah.
I don't know. Well,
I'd be in like gold at this point. Like
yeah.
if they
I
started
know, if
at
you
the
did it
bottom,
again,
yeah.
You don't have like 2 laps or something. But yes, this is how where game stands at the moment. How's the view like from up there, Mr. Radiant?
It's pretty good. You
Yeah?
know, I'm
You like
actually trying to win, unlike some of some of our other analysts.
I don't know what you mean.
And
He has his own meta.
Yeah,
he has his own meta.
It kind of works.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still
It
above
works that
gold.
one
I'm still
time.
above 50%.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Gold is, I feel like the threshold
Yeah.
for, like, you know, sucking and dominating at this point.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But as the answer was, by the way, it was 9 times on A, and we had just 5 times on B. I mean, we saw how effective the defense was.
Yeah.
For example, it was so difficult to get onto B, especially since, like, you know, you would have players like Karen there with a 3K. What are you gonna do when you know, it's just clear numbers advantage at that point? I feel like there might be moments like that on Breeze. In favor of Gen.G, especially since, you know, we had Data over here a while ago. He mentioned that T1 does struggle on Breeze, especially in their practices.
Well, everybody struggles on Breeze against Gen.G
Oh,
in
yeah.
some way or another. I mean, you saw it the last time they played, right? Like, they're so
Them.
good at making sure that you can't get onto site on their defender's side. Like, generally, Breeze is a fairly attacker side and favored map in some ways, but Gen.G is so good, especially Karon at the point of defense on that A site. He does so good with his stars. He's so good about changing up where and when, how he's pushing and things like that, when he's popping his smokes, when he's using the grab wells. Like, he's gotten like at the beginning it was really rough for him. I felt like at the beginning of this year with the Astra, but now he's.
I'm gonna
gotten
check what's in
really
my
comfortable
shop.
with it. He can play for himself
Bye.
nicely. And then you've got Texture once he gets an op. He's all over the place. Meteor on the B site with the Cypher. So it's going to take another good piece of homework and planning here for T1. And with that short turnaround, again, it's going to be challenging for sure. And they got to be tired too. They have to be tired.
I think after T1 fell on Sunset, I've kind of, you know, we kept saying on paper it's really close, especially after T1 took that first map. But now that Gen G, you know, they take Sunset, we weren't quite sure what to expect from them on that map. They looked fantastic eventually, and T1 have kind of fallen by the wayside. Gen G already looked great on Breeze, as you mentioned. They kind of dominated RRQ on that map, and then eventually went on to lose the series. But at least they won on Breeze, and it was quite one-sided as well. So should be very confident.
I hope we
on
get
this
good.
map, and
Okay.
I would definitely favor Gen G going into this one, but maybe the coaches can get T1 riled up again and bring them back to the form we saw at the first map, and maybe we have a close one. But if not, I think Gen G just take it.
It's a possibility, but I would I would definitely favor the energy that Gen G has right now, momentum-wise, and the vibes as well. Even though T1 have repeatedly said that the vibes are a lot better on the side of T1, and that's why for example, if you're going for those hero plays, those op plays, right, for Texture, that confidence is so important. And you go over to Saya player who says that okay, he's been vibing really well with Xcrit. That's probably going to give him a lot of confidence here. So I'm wondering how they're able to adjust that. How do they adjust their mental to give Saya player, everybody else on T1, all that confidence?
Ew, why is it taking
take
so
this?
long?
It's gonna be,
I want map
it's gonna
3
be really
already.
tough.
Get him the op as soon as possible.
Yeah.
That's really, I think, the best way to get Saya player fired up is to just get him that op, give him that freedom and that ability to do what he's got to do. Of course, you want to help him with some utility and things like that, or do some bait and switches with your other teammates. But definitely, I think this is one of those maps that, especially with these two teams, can really come down to op play and who's going to be able to get to it sooner and keep it in their hands longer.
It's interesting to note, by the way, in this series, all 4 members of our 1,000 Kill Club are participating. So it's you can just tell the caliber of the players that we have here, especially as we are going to head into Agent Select right now on Breeze, our final map for the series. And of course, the winner of this goes to Masters Shanghai. There's a lot riding on this, especially since Gen G, they want to continue their streak over on making it to these big international tournaments. So what are we expecting here, Valdez?
Well, I want to know, do we see double Astra or just one or
Yoru?
none? As you were talking about before, there is the
there
one.
There you go.
And it is just...
Oh, Viper, Astra, Viper, Harbor.
Astra looking great. We also see the Yoru coming out from Meteor. I think they didn't play the Yoru the last time they played the Astra, but trying to mix it up a bit perhaps.
They have the same comps. They have the same
Xcrit
comps except
on
for
that
the
harbor.
smokes.
He can look a little shaky sometimes. He kind of goes for some big hero plays with cascades and things like that, and that could cost T1 some kind of big rounds. So I need to see
My
a little
account
bit more
got
discipline
suspended
out of
for
him
crashing
with
last
that, and
time.
that's gonna be a really big
No.
difference, right? Is those two controllers. So how is he going to be able to use that extra advantage, that extra kind of space that you can create with the harbor walls compared to the Astra, which is a little bit more reactive in nature?
And you see a lot of teams now favoring the Yoru as a kind of a sentinel/controller as well, right? That's why you have Meteor on there. That's why you have Izu on there as well. So it's going to be really exciting as we
Have fun,
see
Anu.
what
Bye-bye.
would be a very, very exciting map indeed. Gen G versus T1. Casters, William, Achilles, over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Mika. Here we go. Game 3 to see which of these teams is keeping themselves in the upper bracket. Which of these teams is getting their flights booked to Masters Shanghai. Which one is going to have to fight through that lower bracket?
Yeah, if you lose, you're going to have to obviously fight through, continue on the grueling schedule, but with Elimination looming over you. That's the real threat, and obviously no comfort of that ticket to Masters. So we'll see. I'm glad Paper then mentioned the big differences here. Astra being able to be a lot more reactive, but also global presence. That's the big one, as T1 now look to just death ball towards A.
Pulse check there by Meteor. As the wall coming up. Shock dart at the ready from Lakia, waiting. See if he hears anything, but Karon already able to find a first kill. I think just spraying through the wall, comes up with one. Reveal does come down off the ping. Easy able to find Meteor there at back sight.
Let's go!
The rest of the players here from Gen G. Munchkin and Texture now making their way.
No, bro. Okay.
Couple players low here on the
We
side
need T1 to win.
The odds pretty quickly, but a lot of angles to try to check.
Yeah, the positions are so far forward for T1. It's going to be hard, but Texture starts with 2.
Okay.
Bruh.
Texture cleaning up the low HP members. The dash across is not ready for carpet there. Back pyramid. takes him down. Wall coming in. Munchkin
Nice.
well aware of Execute's position, but just can't quite line up the headshot. Does get taken down. It's going to be T1 regaining the pistol round win count lead.
It's the only
3-2 in that regard as they start Breeze off once again.
So T1, I think, should be happy to start on the attack as well, right? Harbor being able to just kind of push through, be a bit more proactive. Again, that's where you shine compared to that Astra. And we'll see how they can continue to manage that. My eyes are on the Euros as well. I mean, Izu, he's always been the absolute highlight for T1 to carry them through those victories on this Breeze.
This has been an immense, he's had an immense amount of impact on this map in particular. In the last couple of series from T1, Izu showing that form once again. Meteor, somebody who similarly, I think, had a bit of a soft start, pulling out the Yoru for the first time here on Breeze, but has also been very impactful in his own right. See which one is going to have the upper hand here at the end of it all. As for now, it's just full silence on the side of T1. Saya player crept forward all the way up halls.
right here.
And they are absolutely in position to check all the close corners, right? And worst case, Saya can open up that door, provide the crossfire. Drone should be good for info.
Nobody else is spotted. Seems like they're still going to be suspicious about this. Caron says that wall pushes forward, does get a decent amount of
Oh, I got one.
play off the back of that, finding a kill Texture.
Bro, what the fuck is this eco, bro?
Getting down one, can't quite
No way
miss
get
it.
eco'd, right?
Second, but
No.
Lakia puts down Execurate. Wide swing coming through Rossi. Finally able to find the shot. Side player striking in from behind. Makes his presence known.
Fucking eco,
Meteor
bro, no.
gone. It's all on Munchkin. He's now approaching, making his way
30 seconds
up
left.
through shop.
Spike
Play
planted.
quiet, trying to see if he can find
Flank,
any
flank,
weapons.
flank.
Does spot it out, and for now, Rossi, eyes on it. He might have caught a glimpse.
Yay, nice one,
Gets
Ross.
the headshot as well. 3K for Rossi as T1 will move up 2-0 here at the start, but they do suffer some heavy losses.
Yeah, that was much scrappier than they wanted it to be, and it's all thanks to the big pings coming out from Lakia. Just huge pings bogs them up. That leads to the early kills. Texture then able to provide the backup. And of course, the weaponry at the end of the day, a little too weak for T1,
All right, let's go.
or for Gen G rather,
Let's
to
go.
close things out.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
I don't give
The
a
way that
fuck.
he's playing,
Yeah. You gotta do whatever you can to
but
make
not
sure
even one Rossi.
maybe one.
Maybe one. We got one in the bank. Couple stars set up here. T1 once again waiting on this approach, just cutting noise as Carpe grabs the orb. Nebula popped. Aaron does he go fishing once again. Sets up the second one.
Oh, door.
Starts chasing forward. Is he going to try timing it here with the wall?
Oh.
We'll have to wait and see. But
Oh.
for now, Lakia does shut down side player Carpe with that sheriff. Able to come up with one. Couple tags here as Meteor tries to hold that back line.
Player
Comes up with
standing.
one kill, but
No.
ultimately it's going to be Texture and Munchkin standing as Rossi now on a linger through mid.
Barely missing each other, so Rossi has an opportunity.
What the fuck?
In the night. Texture in the meantime jumping around. Oh, no, that's the gun barrel spotted. Rossi, no, in the position of one. Make some noise. Swing out.
Let's
The
go.
headshot found.
And he expects to lurk as well. Now he's going to be raw.
Oh
on the
my
rotation
god,
timing,
behind
but
you, behind
Meteor
you,
there,
my
turn clock's
guy.
working for Rossi today.
Behind you, my guy.
Spike still stuck.
What the fuck?
Munchkin going to be able to use that information as he gets ready to hear the plant. Now he's
30
checking
seconds
every
left.
single angle. 28 seconds, Spike picked up. Rossi with another quick check. Wants to look around, but nothing spotted. Now he's suspicious about shop. Tap on the Spike. The creep around the back. The steal.
Oh,
Munchkin barely able
Tinta.
to come up with it, but finds the kill all the same to get Gen G their first round win here on Breeze.
Rossi's just been so crisp for most of the day today. I mean, that shot all the way to the back against Texture, just insane. Now, this is something that T1's been doing, both in the pistol and here on the bonus round, is that they slow creep in, and then they try to dig deep in between the pyramids to make sure that they continuously have a crossfire towards the back of the site. Now that they've actually fully spotted it without the chaos, curious to see what Gen G's adjustments might be when they go for these holds.
Let's see what that round, how brutal it was, what that has done for Gen G. Multiple sheriffs here in place. Texture has to back away. Blade Storm at the ready, but it's going to be noted. Spotted here at the dash forward. Tries to go for the right click, but side player finds the headshot as he's just sat on top of Caron. Going to ping him out. Lakia will be good for one. Side player taken down by the Ghost. Lockett does get pinged here on the back end. Drone up over the top, trying to see what he can spot. Meteor finding two.
Bro!
Now
Yo!
Sheriff shots. Taking him down, Rossi.
The fuck is that
Eating
Sheriff,
damage off the
bro?
shock dart. Now he needs to work wonders. Munchkin.
Dude.
This time around.
GG, Gen G wins.
With it, puts him down, and Gen G somehow again. You put sheriffs in hands, they will deliver miracles.
GG.
That round just seemed like it was
Gen G
an
wins.
absolute given for T1. Izu dug in so
Nah,
much
bruh.
information. They had a path cleared towards the site for the plant.
Nah.
Izu distracting backside
Show me.
with the clone.
Show me, Meteor. Thank you.
Okay.
Nah, after the shots? No.
He's just so snappy with it. Now he's got his own ultimate as well.
Quick clear on the recon, nothing spotted, and it's just the pendulum swings. T1 now. Onus on them to try to put up similar scenes. Wary about this approach here in the mid. Rossi is just on the opposite side of the wall, but Excurate.
Wait.
That magic this time with the Guardian comes up.
Bro,
with
I
two.
think I'm
Huge
jinxing
picks
everything
bounce.
now.
Munchkin forward here into elbow.
He's going to try to let them pass.
Ball comes up. There's the reckoning now invested over on the site. Nothing being noted. Rossi. Position comes up with two, and Munchkin gets the other three.
Yeah, he just lets them pass, and then he wraps right around the high tide. They don't expect a thing.
The spike is now right out in front of main, right at the archway, right on top of that ult orb.
Rifle picked up for Saya. You're hoping that just the double team works, but this map is so wide that you're not always going to be confident about the advantage you have on the swings.
But Munchkin does have a multitude of angles that he has to check. Cannons,
Shit, nah.
as well as just elbow and main. They could approach from every single angle.
Bro, check window, bro. Check window.
Ooh, able to find
Let's
one.
go.
But cannot get the ace clutch.
Let's
Rossi
go.
will once again pick up a 3K. Reestablish a lead here for T1.
Holy, almost an ace clutch there for Munchkin. Absolutely monstrous. Here's CF, we'll see this. He walks all the way to the edge too, so they don't really watch for it, just in case someone's holding close.
What a clutch it would have been, but it's, I mean, basically, yeah, back-to-back thrifties here. One for Gen G, one for T1. And now, we get a proper rifle round exchange going.
Yeah, some proper Valorant. Got the operator.
Dude said proper Valorant. He can't even play properly.
Just Fury from Lakia. He spotted. He's just a hair above Carpe. Looked like on that second shot.
Right here.
But with that, the op can now hold on to A main solid. See if T1 has to read on that.
Snappy on the first. Does he expect the second? Sets up for the clone. Swing in.
Nice trade, my guy.
Headshot to take down Meteor and bring it back to a 4v4. Trying a decently deep line over there by shop. Not spotting much of anything as Isu being noted here just outside of Nest, but Munchkin able to find the elimination. Lakia crept over here, half wall, flash across. He does catch the brunt of that one, now has to backpedal. Quick sent will get
Yuck, line up.
damage there onto Carpe. Tucking him out to 70. Advantage. Defensive setup is here for T1. Drone up over the top, into the spot there onto Izu. Now onto Lockie as well.
Yeah, couldn't get the tag, so he can't get the shots through the wall.
Disgusting lineup on mid, bro.
Not on their side for Gen G.
I mean, like, what the fuck is that?
Wants to get the reveal on him. Yep. Catches an off timing there for Izu to react. Ends up taking him down. 5 bullets.
Let's go, Saya. Let's go, Saya. Let's go.
Another as Karen will fall. Now Texture just gonna have to drift away. Allow for that spike to detonate.
Gotta save that operator, see if he can get out for free, though. Right now, he should be safe. So as we see him saving that operator, off of that Huntress Fury, you plant the op, but because of the duel and elbow, suddenly Texture's not safe from mid. And so now they're gonna have to split 2 and 2. That makes the hold a little bit weaker from Gen G and T1. They're able to target that weakness. Izu, of course, the crispy shots help a ton against Munchkin as well. I mean, and this is just understanding Euro players. I mean, knowing that that clone or the flash is gonna come out, you're ready for it. You swing wide right past it.
And that is going to be the timeout called here from Gen G. Only down by 2, but clearly coaching staff not going to be satisfied with that.
So we've seen multiple teams, obviously,